Nate's the bestest dog.
Yeah, the bestest dog.
Oh.
Let's see. Oh, that's right. The squirrel's actually pretty cute.
So
Oh, can I be the beaver with a mustache?
Okay, wait. I'll be the.
Oh, do you want to be the owl?
What is it? Yeah, I'll be the owl. Wait,
I have to
where am
change
I?
my
Select
picture.
chef.
How do I change my chef again?
You go to chef. I can be a dog.
Oh.
I got it.
I
I'm gonna go ahead
is
and.
oh
be...
I don't.
Where's
Macho,
my,
are
where's
you
my
going
owl?
live or no?
Do I not have my owl?
You should.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I just
Are,
I
we not-
have
are we
a
not friends?
button to mute. We're friends.
Are we friends?
That's a great question.
Can I get?
Select-
Can I get an
select-
invite for
select
friends?
control- Shift,
No,
tab, shift.
I invited you.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, oh, you did. Oof, that's on me. My bad. I didn't realize. Oof.
Trying to pin it on me?
I pinned nothing on no one.
Question our friendship?
How do I select a chef?
You go to chef.
Wow! I didn't mean to. Oh,
Yeah,
there
it
we
should
go.
already be right there. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
you have
go.
to click E.
There
And
we
me
go.
too,
Come
too,
pop right over to here.
since I
I'm
play.
seeing it. I'm feeling it. Where am I? There's a Christmas gift.
Ooh, is there a
Happy?
shark?
I think so.
There's
A
a
narwhal?
Do you want to be narwhal? I'll change. It's okay.
No, I want to be a wolf.
Oh, all right, fair enough. I'm gonna be a narwhal then.
Sweet. You know, do I just select a new game then? For story? Or
Yeah. Remember, you're gonna be the king.
I'm going to be the king.
Oh, fuck.
I don't. Now we.
I'm just
Veta,
gonna
I don't
count on
deny
you
friendship.
saving it.
Waiting for you.
Oh, I have to pick a new slot.
Oh,
I
oof.
clicked don't save, so I'm counting on Frost to save it. Frost,
I
you're gonna
know.
save it because my save slots are all.
I got you. I just trust.
All right, well, I'll trust. I'll trust Frost then. I'll trust Frost.
I'll trust.
All
Okay,
right,
so
all right.
As some might say,
tutorial.
bless up, but if you're short, I guess bless down.
If you're
Bless
below
now,
5,
hail
you know.
Satan.
Oh, jeez.
below 5.
That's what I was thinking.
Nacho. Nacho. Macho, do you want
Yo,
to be narrator
Nacho.
voice?
I love nachos.
Is y'all same?
That's our couple.
Oh,
name.
Yeah, it
It
is.
is. It's a great
Oh,
name.
it's okay,
Oh,
after
that's
all
cute.
this time. Okay, there you go. Go Frost.
At last. I don't know what to voice.
Go deeper. Wink.
Wow.
How long I've waited for this moment.
Look at it, Kevin. Look. The fabled Necronomnomicon.
Wow.
Moe, welcome in.
Is that Nate? The dog
Bark.
goes. Yes.
What?
Bark!
What do you mean it's dangerous? Don't be silly.
What's up, Vamp?
Bespoke
What is up,
codes,
Veta?
secret
What's up,
everlasting
Director?
culinary
We're just out
greatness.
here. I mean, if you're
In a
short,
large
I guess you
bowl,
could bless.
dissolve the
You
sugar
is
in
bless up.
warm
I mean,
water,
it's true.
and then
That's
stir
true.
in yeast. Allow to proof
You
until
know,
the
I'm gonna
yeast
bring that up
resembles
after
a
the
rich,
after Frost is done
creamy
talking.
foam. Nate, you're on.
Nate.
What? I said bark!
No, you didn't.
I did!
I didn't hear the bark. I'll be honest with you.
Oh,
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
hear
I'm
it.
sorry. I'm
It's
sorry.
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'll bark louder next time.
Okay.
Mixing salt and oil, then mixing the flour. Knead the dough, cover with a damp cloth.
Oh, that's
Is it
creative.
just bread? Are we making bread?
Oh, hecky. Let's go.
And allow to rise
I get it, because bread rises.
from the dead.
And they're all moldy.
They're
Wow.
moldy. Rise, rise. Huh? No. This wasn't supposed to happen. It can't be. It's
My dad. Oh.
the unbred. Wait, and your dad. Is this some trauma you want?
You know that Twitter that goes like daddy, and it's just like, do I look like?
And it's the in-laws.
The
Best
in-laws.
chefs.
Oh
Or
no.
conventionally the ones that happen to be here. See if you can fend them off. They seem so hungry. Set to it.
I kind of. forgot the controls on
Yeah, I
this.
kind of forgot the controls too. We're gonna figure this out right now.
I'm just gonna push
Don't worry.
buttons to see what happens. Eat, eat, eat. Okay. Oh,
All right, can I have a thank
want-
you?
I want
I think it's all right. Yeah,
I'll take
A to grab things, X to chop.
that. Oh,
You
jeez.
can
Oh.
someone.
Oh, I have slight lag.
Yeah, there you go. Good job. All right,
I
put
love
some
all the
plates
games
in here in the
tell me.
middle. Here we need. All right, so we need to put a tomato and a
just
cabbage
tomato,
on.
cabbage.
There you go. That one's ready to go.
Look at that.
Oh, that
We're
was-
out here vibing,
Ooh.
thriving,
All
surviving.
right, we already have one cucumber here. Yeah, we just need a tomato with that right there, and we're good to go. Wait. Needs a
No.
tomato.
No,
Put the tomato on it, and it's good to go.
I got it. I got
What?
it. Put it down. Okay, got it.
Hey, yo.
Oh, look at this.
Let's go.
Look at this. All right, 2 lettuce and 1 tomato. We just need some
Got a
plates.
plate.
I want a
Plates?
cucumber.
Plate.
Got it.
Pre-chop some
Wait,
cucumbers.
Just cabbage. Just cabbage.
Yeah.
Oh, we can put the cabbage on this one because we need one full one. And
Here. You got that? All right, cool.
Do we only have 2 plates?
Probably, honestly.
yeah.
All right, so
Look at
the next
that.
one.
Woo!
All right, the next 2 we just need cabbage. Like, can I have another cabbage,
Just
please?
cabbage.
You know, just for you, just because you
Yes.
said please.
Thank you so much.
Oh, no problem, young man.
You can throw one, right?
Please.
Yeah, you can toss. I think like.
There you go. That one's ready to go. I
What's
think
the
it's
toss?
Y. I think it's Y.
I figured it out. I figured it hero. Sorry.
It's all
All
right.
right,
It's all
here, put
right.
that one together. That one's ready to
Listen,
go.
sometimes in life, you know, you just gotta throw things. It's all right.
Is it Y?
I don't actually recall.
Yeah,
Might be
you-
like.
Potatoes.
Are you playing on
Yeah,
controller
yeah,
or
yeah.
what,
Need
what
some
are you-
tomatoes?
Are you playing on
Okay.
keyboard? That's
sorry.
tomato. What the
I'm
heck?
playing on a controller.
Wait, I forgot who I was. Oh God.
You're the narwhal. You're the narwhal.
All right, that one's ready to go.
Narwhal slipping in
Swimming
the
in the
ocean.
ocean.
That one's ready to go.
We need another
We
cabbage.
just need a plate. No, we just need a plate, and these 2 are ready to go right here.
Oh, they're vibing.
Oh,
There you go.
See if you can get that in. We got 3 seconds. I don't know if we'll get the next one, but maybe. Oh, let's go.
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm zipping. Oh, wait.
wait.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, what was that? Mo, what's up? I saw
Do
you.
it?
Mo, how are you? It's good to see
I
your
don't know.
face.
Is too ravenous.
Can we get a shout out for Mo, please?
I thought we were keeping.
Mo did. Oh, we already
I
did.
did
Okay.
too.
Mo's the one who did
Yeah,
all
did you
the
bark?
the overlays and stuff. I gotta still put Mo in the
Bark.
credits.
There we go. There's 2. Oh.
Wait, 2
I
more.
still gotta do Mo
Oh,
credits.
bark.
No, don't be
But
a
Mo,
hero.
Mo did the
Kevin.
Mo did
Quick,
the
back to the
overlays.
castle.
Nightcrawler, what is
Retreat.
up? How are you?
Yeah, you gotta be careful. You can't be a hero. Chop.
Oh, that's true. We
it's
already have one of those.
R2's the throw?
Oh, R2. Oh, okay.
I was pushing X to throw.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You
it's
may be
pressing
my
X.
best chefs, but you have much to learn if you're to conquer the appetite. Me and Kevin can feed those fiends from entering the castle. For now.
Yeah.
But if the unbread spread out from the castle grounds, I fear for the Onion Kingdom. We must act quickly. Post haste.
Bark.
Why, of course, the Royal Sagecoach. She's just been upgraded. It seems that once again, it's up to
character about
you
to come
chefs to save
Mhm.
our kingdom. So take my wheels, hit the road, learn some new recipes.
I'm
and
sorry,
for the
Nightcrawler.
love
Hopefully
of
it's
onions,
nothing too
learn
crazy,
to
but
cooperate better.
hopefully-
I thought we were killing
I
it.
thought we
you
did
can
We
okay.
did.
wind down a
Ah,
bit
right?
and not feel so overwhelmed.
Can I take your
Oh, wait.
bowl? Wait,
Get out of the way. Get
Move,
out of the way.
Move, move, move.
how do
wanna
I
put
punch
the
you?
dog.
I literally, Gavin is me.
What are you waiting for? Go.
I want to pet the dog.
What are you waiting for? Go.
No, I want to pet the dog.
What are you waiting for?
No.
No.
What are you waiting for? Go.
Okay.
Oh my god, I am getting lag. Oh no.
Oh no, not the leg.
Does hero count as an ingredient because he's a slime? Hmm.
I'm not
That is a
answering this
question.
question. As listen, I've people have asked me what I taste like what's my flavor of slime, but I didn't know what that meant. I'm just slime. People don't eat slime, I
No,
assume.
it's just, no, I feel like we could like pull
The bold
like, a
assumption.
straw for you, and can just like sippy sip.
Hit the
Oh,
wall.
I want a sippy sip.
Frost wants to get out of this map.
I hit the wall. I think we have to hop out and change the tire.
Oh, jeez.
To the wall.
No.
Don't do it. He's just gonna kick us all out of the bus and then leave us.
Oh, jeez. Now Vamp's like, come here, hero. Get on the chopping board.
said,
Oh,
no.
no. Oh, God. Look what you
Wait,
guys
hold
did.
on. Wait, what was off-road and bus? Wait, hold on. I can just jump down this? Oh,
Yeah.
this bus is rotund. Or not rotund, robust. Bus, I'm sorry if I hurt your feelings.
Wow.
I would think I taste
By
like
the way, this
blueberries.
is the Grand Chariot. Please call it by its proper title.
Oh,
What's up, Poison
sorry.
Trader Cody? How you doing,
No
man?
chatting
Hope
yet.
you're doing good.
Wait,
I
hero,
don't-
we don't have the vroom.
Wait, where are we vrooming?
We're rooming around right now.
You're the bus. You have to say vroom.
Oh, vroom.
Oh, that was really good.
Excellent. Damn,
Oh, Nate, you got
the voice
1532?
What?
Huh?
You got a 1532 on this level?
Oh, probably.
Well, how do you know this?
acting.
It says it.
Oh,
Um,
because it tells you your high scores on each
Yeah.
level.
Everybody doesn't have a high score except Nate.
Wow. Well, you don't have to say it like that now. I know we all know Nate's an epic gamer, but come on now.
Nate is an epic gamer.
All right, so I'm making some sushi.
Sushi.
Stop
Okay,
yelling at me.
so-
No,
Stop
the
yelling at
craving,
me.
the
I
craving
know.
begins.
I'm blueberry, okay? It's blueberry flavor.
Okay, I'm the wolf.
Blueberry.
All right, Macho and I are on the same side.
Oh, wait, hold on.
All right, we just need
Oh, wait,
some.
we don't need shrimp.
Yeah, we need
We don't
fish.
need shrimp at all.
Fish. I did it.
Wait, hold on.
Move
Alright, we
over. I
Send
do
it.
what I wanna do.
Too many people.
Send it. Gordon Ramsay would
Hey.
be proud of me. I threw it on the floor,
No,
but it's
I wanna
okay.
do it.
All right, go for it then.
Send it.
Wow, look at that! You sent out a dish that we didn't need to send
oh,
out.
it is act. Okay.
No, we had to send
You
it
sent out 2
out.
salmon. We
I
only
can't-
needed 1.
I have lag.
Send
They
it.
look like one on.
Oh, blame it on the lag.
Back in my day, we never had lag. We had
The good old
dial-up.
days of
We
land.
didn't have computers.
I had a dial-up.
A dial-up?
It went. And then it was
Somebody
like,
take the salmon on the floor.
don't worry, guys. I'll send it.
There we go. Okay, we just need some shrimp right now.
I got this, all right?
We're sending it. Don't worry.
Full send.
Full send.
Send
Wait,
over.
why? There's so much fish. Frost.
I
We
told
need
you,
shrimp. We
I
need
got
shrimp.
This. No, we got this, all right?
right.
Trust.
Your
All right,
shrimp
trust,
person
send it.
slacking,
You know, what?
side-eye
hopefully we
snake.
get extra credit for doing all
Excuse
this.
you, I'm the only one here.
It's all prepared, all right?
Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh no. Oh man. Oh,
Why is there so much fish? Frostwood, please.
I'm going. I'm working.
shrimp.
Wait, we need that plate.
Take your
Send
shrimp.
it.
Hero's already gone.
Wait, we don't need that hero.
No, we need it.
don't.
We
No,
need
no,
it.
no,
We
no.
need it.
We
Don't
did-
worry.
We're good. We got
Frost.
it.
Frost is making the fish. I'm trying to keep up with Frost. We're sending
Everybody
it,
get some
baby.
fish.
Are we?
You got that,
are we
Macho?
losing points
Alright.
for this?
No.
No, actually, we're doing great. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Here you go.
Don't worry.
Here's a
I'm-
nice.
I'm working on shrimp now.
wait, no. We're gonna need fish eventually.
No, we got the stockpile. It's
Oh,
only
no,
20.
we don't. Stock?
Trust.
Stocks? Oh,
Oh, sorry.
What's happening? Who's who? My lost. My brain.
I need a plate.
Oh, now we need fish. We need
They-
fish.
they
We need
spawn
fish.
right next to the.
Wait. There's. Oh wait. Yeah, we
There you go.
There's
Go,
one
go,
top
go.
left. Top left.
Hey, nice. Good job, everybody.
Stressed.
We
got
got
it.
1100 there.
We're
Yeah,
killing it.
Good job.
I'm okay, and you're amazing. Sky, what is up? How are you? A local spectacular floor fish. A local specialty.
I
Yes,
think
yes.
we did
Floor fish.
phenomenal.
My favorite kind of fish. Thanks for shouting out Poison Cody.
Good job, guys.
Poison Street
I'll do the chopping from now on. I was really good at it.
I mean, you were so fast.
very-
You were. I was trying to keep up.
Oh, you can dash? Oh no! It
Yeah,
should
you
not
can.
have
Yeah, it
told
was-
me that
you can-
information.
You can be like Sonic.
Sonic X. We're going to speedrun getting over it. We got
Yes,
this.
thank you for shouting out. Can
It's
we
going
shout
on
out
the
Sky too if we
leaderboards.
didn't? Do well, just vibing and watching the chaos. Thank you for
New
watching
recipes,
the chaos. I
sushi
appreciate it.
and oh, okay.
Yeah, we have
so
to
I'll-
make
How's the game
rice.
running
Now we have
now?
rice.
Right.
I didn't mess with the settings like how.
where's
you
the
set
sushi?
it.
Pre-washed.
Where's the fish?
Yeah, we don't.
Fish.
Don't worry, I got the
Wash
wrapping.
rice in
Oh,
this
I'm wrapping it.
world.
Oh,
Wrapping
fish is
it.
in the middle.
It's wrapped.
All right.
Hell yeah, you do that, hero.
We're gonna be on. You want us to be on rice duty, Macho?
Yeah, I'll be on. That's fucking racist, Nate.
I said us.
Aw.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
No, she doesn't want to be on race duty with me.
No, I'll be on race duty.
I have a pot. Please. I know what to
You
do
need
with
put,
it.
like rice
Excellent
into it.
job, hero.
Thank you. I'm out here trying. I'm trying my best. You know.
What do I do with the rice? Do I
Put it in the rice cooker.
You
Or,
plop
well,
it.
Hey,
let
stick
the-
with your chopping.
Yeah, stick with your
Just do
chopping.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah, stick-
chopping? Okay.
You know, Mr. Chop a lot.
No, well, in between chopping, I can just like give you the rice.
Oh wait, can we?
Yeah,
get
but we
it?
don't
Can we have-
need like an excess amount of rice. We only have somewhere like to put it. See, like
Can
right now,
someone
stop
doing,
throwing rice at us.
No,
Can we
swear.
get someone on plate duty?
Plating.
Sure,
Yeah.
you know,
Here, you want me to
I
do
got
that?
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Who,
No. Here, you got it.
All right, I'm plating.
Okay,
I'm plating.
okay.
I'm plating. I'm vibing,
Okay, I'll
thriving.
keep doing fish. Doing good. Excited for my birthday. Oh yeah, that's coming up soon, isn't it? Like just a couple days.
Wait, this is not
Okay,
done.
so we just need rice. Oh yeah, that one wasn't done yet.
Oh,
So we need
I
a rice to
got-
cook, and then yeah, so we can like get some plates like ready though with the shrimp and the fish and the rolls.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Yep. Let me grab this. Yep. Oh
Got it.
jeez,
I have
Louise.
one full one.
There's just so much. I'm stuck between fish.
There's so much.
There's just so much fish. I am overwhelmed by fish. Oh, you
we
got
have
it. Okay.
the fish corner.
Get this fishy
It's
wishy.
okay, at least it's in the corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Shun.
Here, put
There's-
that
there you go, there you go,
plate
there you go.
down. Here, let's put that there.
Why?
I'm doing
No,
my
don't put it in the. Oh man, I can't. Stay to your station, Frost. I am the one who's plating.
I am the one who knocks.
No, stop knocking. Oh, there's.
Don't
Oh
worry.
jeez.
Okay, so I think we have enough fish.
I'm.
Excellent. So just focus on plating.
Yeah,
later.
yeah. Help
Yeah.
me play. Help me
There's
play
a
it.
fire extinguisher? Why is there a fire extinguisher?
Things
Because there
happen.
could be fires. Why are you throwing fish at the rice?
So it gets closer to the everything.
Ne-
Okay, I got. Oh, jeez, Louise. No, don't send.
Frost,
we
something to
need
do.
the rice, Frost.
Wasn't that one good?
No, we need the
No.
rice. Frost, you know what sushi looks
Oh
like?
no, Frost, we're out of fish, Frost.
Frost, we're on fish.
Oh my god.
Breaking news: fish is now extinct.
No, we had
We
just
had
the right
so
amount of
much
fish.
excess fish.
Just the right amount. I can emote.
You can curse. Oh god.
I got a new
Oh,
chef.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations on your new child.
It's got the new baby smell.
Wow.
Wait, you only have a max of 527 for this one, Nate? You were
Mm.
struggling to watch that. Did I
You know,
make
does it not
anxious?
show my scores? I swear I'm a pro gamer.
Dirty plates, so we have to watch them. How about I do
Uh.
all the fish and then I become on dirty plate? Wait, where am I?
Who's
I'm
doing
over
the
here.
plate?
Who's dirty? I'm
all
Dirty
right.
Dan.
I'm Dirty Dan.
No, Frost for the shrimp. I think we just
Oh
plated
jeez.
it.
Oh
Yeah.
Oh jeez.
Oh, you just played it?
Yeah, well, for the shrimp on this
Wait,
one.
I forgot how
we
to
can
dash.
Chuck we could chuck
Is the rice.
at them. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be useful. Thank you. All right, but not too much, please. Do y'all have like some plates ready? Here's one.
No, we
Yeah,
don't.
yeah, we have 3 plates. We have 3 plates.
Oh, we have
wait,
plates
these are
over
rice
here.
there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, we have plates over here. We have
we
plates
should chop
over
up
there.
some cucumber. Y'all gotta chop up some cucumbers too.
Cucumbers? I got you.
Oh,
I got
jeez.
you.
I'm so
I'll
sorry.
be shopping.
That's
I'll be
okay.
shopping.
Oh,
I
we need
caught
that.
it.
Oh, we needed that. Oh, jeez.
I'm
wait, here,
shopping.
here,
I'm shopping.
Only cucumber sushi.
Cucumber sushi. Yep.
All right. Frost, we have the plates behind us.
Behind us? Wait,
Here, I'm gonna wash.
behind us?
Oh, okay. My bad.
I'm gonna
I
be.
don't see any
I can be
plates.
on plate washing. If Hero, do you think you got rice over here?
Oh, I got it. I'm
can we get
fine.
one
right?
plate?
Just rice and
Oh,
give
wait.
them cucumbers as they need it. And then there you go. Yeah.
I need another plate. Just another plate. Can I?
where's
oh,
some?
I can't throw plates. Okay, got you.
No, you cannot. It's the one thing you can't
Dang.
throw.
Boop, boop.
What does that one need? That one just needs. Okay, here. That
Got
that
it.
shrimp's ready to
Oh,
go.
you took my pot.
All right, so
I didn't
Here we
mean
go.
to.
Wait, what's
that one just needs a chopped cucumber right there.
Okay, I got it. Oh shit! No, wait. Oh, I got it. Yes, I do.
That one just needs a chopped cucumber. Then we need just one regular shrimp.
Okay.
I need
yeah.
I
We need more
chicken.
cucumbers.
And then
We
I
need
have
some more
shrimp.
cubes.
Here, let's
Dude,
throw
I
some
can't
over.
throw the shrimp. Oh, I
Thank
got
you.
it. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Here, I got plates.
Okay,
Y'all-
all
y'all
right.
don't need to
I'm
be
sorry.
here. I got plates.
I'm just getting a little overzealous.
Oh,
I
wait,
was just trying to help
you
out. You know?
added the
Oh,
shrimp
jeez,
to
the rice is overcooking. Don't worry, I got it. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's okay. It's okay. We're good.
Oh,
we're good.
don't worry.
More shrimp. More shrimp. Okay.
Oh,
wait,
don't do that.
No, I got it.
Oh wait, I got
know
Oh,
what
yeah,
you're
the shrimp had rice on it. It's okay.
It's
doing.
okay.
No, we're good.
All right, so yeah,
Oh,
we
we
just
need-
need some shrimp.
Got it.
We
Here.
need some more plates.
Oh, I got.
I'm
Oh,
working. I'm ready.
hey, listen. Nate's trying his best. Don't worry.
I'm lagging.
Oh, jeez.
Oh no, not the leg.
Y'all, I got some rice here. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna plop it right there. You know, bibbidi bobbidi zibbidi zobbidi. Boom.
Yep.
There's some cucumbers just for you.
Oh, thank you. All right, here. Wait.
Oh no.
Okay.
All right, there we go.
Kinda did it.
I think we're fine.
We got 3 stars. You know, 3 stars mean we're good. You know.
That is indeed the food ever made. Not the best food, just the food.
That is the plot in Encanto right there.
Dun,
Oh.
dun, dun.
Oh, that's what.
Oh,
That's.
but-
We don't talk about Bruno.
We don't talk about Bruno. No. It's you want to watch a story about a woman who watches her significant other get unalived in front of her and then proceeds to deal with her trauma
The
by
Kevin
using magic
levels.
to manipulate her family in a small town.
Kevin
And to...
levels.
Kevin levels?
All right, so you ready for the first like actually hard level?
The bus sunk.
No, it has a floaty.
Wait, where's the
Hello.
Kevin
So
level?
cute.
Oh, I have to
It's
go
up. It's
here?
up there. Well, you have to hit the little tile.
Yeah, the button.
Where's the
I
button?
love this.
Wait,
Here,
where's
I
the
love
button?
this so much.
I'm just trying to get in my
Oh,
role.
here's the button. Oh. Wait, I got it. Wait, what? Oh, I that is correct. I do have an ED redeem.
All
Oh,
right.
all right. No, we got this. This is going to be easy.
So let's see.
Okay.
Who's on whose side? Because this is going to determine who does what.
I'm on.
So, all right,
where
Hero,
am I?
you and me.
Yeah.
We're steaming some buns.
All right.
All right.
I'm gonna
Oh.
chop this meat up.
Say,
Yeah.
Macho,
Here.
what do those
Oh, we
things
have to
up
chop it
top
first?
do?
The hecky?
So
Wait, what?
we have to.
What do these blenders do?
Oh, wait, can you
What
give
is
me
the flour
flour?
for?
Give me flour.
Oh, you want it?
Yeah. Here you go.
There you
Thank
go.
you.
Oh yeah, we have to give them flour.
Oh, okay. Oh,
They,
We have to mix the meat and the flour together.
Okay.
So just
I'll
I guess like that's all we really do. And then you guys have to. put the,
yeah, so
you guys
we-
have to give us the. You guys have to chop the shrimp. The fish, and then put it. In.
okay.
You have to give that bowl over to them.
Yeah, to us.
Yeah, okay.
Here.
To dumplings.
Okay,
Oh wait, and
so-
then we have to take the bowl back. Okay.
Oh
Yes,
wait,
exactly.
someone has to wash dishes.
Yeah, there's a lot to do. Is this one done? It is done.
There's not a washing mechanic over
There is.
here.
It's on their side.
Well,
Y'all have to wash
Oh,
dishes.
wait, wait, wait.
Oh,
y'all
okay.
gotta
I got it.
gotta do it. You know. When in
I'll
doubt.
leave chopping to Frost. and
Yeah, I'll
just-
do the chopping and the like
Oh, I gotta chop it. Dang it, man.
Yeah,
promenading or
I'll
whatever
pass
it's
you the
called.
flour and do the.
Sounds good.
do dishes.
No.
We
I'm
got this.
sorry.
No, it's okay, it's okay.
Chopping is my specialty.
All right, so here we need this as soon as we.
They call me the chopper
this
back in
means-
high school.
Yeah, will
Oh, really?
trading plates on the other side. So
That,
this one
that
done. It
reminds me of
is.
This one guy tried to impress like my coworkers and I by going like in high school they called me S Finesse.
What the? I would,
There you
I
go.
would never call you
Does that one need a? Oh no, that one needs to get cooked. Okay.
Yeah. Everything must be cooked.
Chopping is my specialty. Man, I like 10 slap chops. Oh yeah, slap chop. I remember that.
Oh wait, guys, we need our
Yeah,
bowls back.
I know. Wait, hang on. We're trying to put stuff in our. Oh wait, okay.
Oh, so is that supposed to go in the
No,
steamer too?
Yeah, so they're gonna
Oh,
give us
my
a
bad,
mixture
my
of the.
bad.
No, you're good. So it's either a mixture of the meat and flour, which they make for us, which makes dumplings, or it's just fish, which we can do ourselves.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
But everything has to get
Here's your bowl.
steamed, so
Here's your bowl.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Bowl?
Here's a
Bowl?
plate. Here's
Oh.
a plate.
Wait, hold on.
I do
Oh,
apologize.
can you put them both in the same time?
I
or-
don't. That
No.
is too much for me.
Is it
I-
faster to do it separately?
Sometimes in
sure.
life, you know, it's not always
No,
about.
they have to do it one at a time.
Oh.
Yeah.
How do I empty this bowl then? Trash?
Oh no,
Oh, no,
that's good. That's good.
Like it's fine. Like leave it. We'll use it.
Well, it's gone.
No, we need
That's
it.
fine. We'll make it again.
It gives us stuff to do.
Yeah. Wait, it wasn't.
Camouflage.
Oh, wait. I just asked if
Oh
that was
no,
all right.
for these?
Yeah.
For these?
Yeah, we
dishes
do-
and stuff, if it's
we
like
do
this,
need them.
Great.
Yeah.
Sorry, hero.
Oh, it's okay. It's all good.
All
It's-
right.
it's how-
here,
this how
let's
this
do
game
some of
is.
these ones now.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
killing it.
because we need some of these. Oh, here. Do we have a plate?
No, there's no.
Oh, yeah, perfect, thank you.
Oh, there we go. Oh, jeez, Louise. There we go.
I got it.
Oh, I think we got 3 stars.
Oh,
We got this. Yeah, I think so. I think it was 900, so I think we're actually doing okay.
Yeah, I think we got it.
we got this, baby.
Here you guys go. There's that. If you need it.
We will eventually. Oh wait, what happened there?
We got.
Oh,
we got no
did
second.
it go inside
We
the same
went inside the steamer. We had double meat, double flour in that steamer, and that was gonna
Oh,
be
jeez.
stacked.
We
It's
did it.
broken.
See, I told you it was easy.
Double the
If
dumpling.
any of the mods could just
I got a
like,
new chef.
refund it.
I'm gonna
Nice.
call him Bobby.
I forgot to connect it. My bad.
Oh, I like him. He's a brawny looking man, but a soft,
Nice.
chewy heart.
Move. Oh, B is. Wait,
Should be
hold on.
working now.
Wait, that's for an Xbox
B is dash.
controller.
Should be working now.
Well, I'm using
B is for
Switch
bananas.
controllers.
B?
I don't know what it
So,
is for
like,
you.
Okay.
So if it's probably B, then it's
You should call him
probably-
Angry Bob. He did look pretty angry.
Oh, thank you, Mutt. Oh, care
Right.
package.
What's this?
Y'all should
Oh,
hydrate and
hold on.
stretch.
Oh yeah, don't forget to hydrate and stretch and take care of everything.
Yeah, make sure you
Let me know when
hydrate
you're
so you
done.
can pee on
I'm
Tuesday.
good.
I actually have to go pee. I really have to go pee right now.
You take a minute. We've been doing good so far.
I am not taking you guys with me to pee.
Oh, you're gonna take us with us
Sad
to
word.
pee?
No, I
There's
said
no-
Bro,
It is
Today's Tuesday.
it's
Yeah.
Tuesday.
How are we gonna know that you piss?
Listen, I take chat with me every time I go pee. I take chat with me.
Yeah, you have to take chat.
You
Exactly.
listen to chat. You don't let chat listen to you.
If I may, like chat sometimes, you know, they scare me. But you know, it's as long as I'm in the bathroom, it doesn't matter if I hit the bowl or if I don't. You know. Yeah,
They
I-
bully Hero into taking them with Hero peeing, but being like, who?
We just need. All right. So yeah, you got that rice. Okay. Cool.
There's been times where I'd taken a little longer because God, I may have peed on the floor.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
Well, they scare me.
My.
I mean, I understand. It's okay.
They scare me, then they
This is
bully me,
too
but they want me to
strong.
take my headphones with me.
Ooh.
They're like, I'm not gonna sub unless you take your headphones.
Wow, bribery.
You're lucky I love
Bruh.
Twitch Prime that you can use on Nate or Frost.
Or
Or
Hero
Hero.
Senpai.
Oh yeah, or that guy.
Yeah, if you use it on Hero, you can hear him piss.
That's
Only every Tuesday. Only Tuesdays.
Only on Tuesdays. Oh, there's some dirty dishes. Don't worry, I'll do
Yeah.
it.
Oh yeah, here, wait.
Uh,
Here,
throw-
I'm gonna put this over here. There you go.
Here, we just need some rice on that one in the middle.
Okay, here you go. Alright.
And start cooking a little more rice. Oh,
Got a plate there.
Excuse me?
you're going backwards on
Oh,
the
jeez.
conveyor belt.
I can go any way I want.
Because, yeah, clearly.
Honestly, I've just been using the top one, so.
I don't know where any of the plates are. My mind is confuzzled. Where's the dirty plates? I'm lost.
Don't worry about it.
Oh,
Alright,
we
so,
need
Tuesday.
seaweed.
yeah, we need some
We
seaweed
need
though.
seaweed.
Alright,
I
there's some
see-
plates with rice on them in the middle. They just need to be filled up.
You said you needed seaweed, right? I
Wait.
got you.
Hey yo, be quiet.
Wait.
Hey, where's? Oh, there it is.
What
all
are we
the
being
dirt-
quiet
You got a
about?
cucumber.
Oh, I'm lost. I'm confused. Oh, jeez.
Oh, wait. I think we have everything here.
Oh, it's B. I found the question is B.
It is
Oh,
me.
for
It is B.
Dash.
Yeah.
This cucumber needs to get out of the sink.
Oh,
I'm trying to wash dishes here.
hey, you know.
Who would
Oh,
throw a
jeez.
cucumber
Oh,
into a
hang on.
sea?
Yeah, gee, I don't fucking know, Frost.
Hey, there. Take it.
I need
No, wait,
some.
that one
I need
needs
some-
rice.
I need rice.
Oh wait, but
Oh.
that one has too much stuff.
Uh,
You packed your sushi too full.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to make it the
No,
Hero
wait,
Supreme.
Hey, stop pushing me.
The Hero Supreme
The
roll.
Hero Supreme roll,
Let me
please.
let my dish out. Let me let it out.
Okay, so we need
It's
alright,
my
cucumber.
knife.
Oh,
That
we
was the
lost
wrong
one.
dish.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we lost
Lost
one.
money.
Oh yeah, if you guys like.
If you send out the wrong
order,
yeah, you lose money.
Oh,
We need.
in order to not to-
I don't like losing
Nori. We
money.
just
I'm a
need Nori.
businessman.
Excuse me,
fuck
pardon
the
me.
corporate.
Hold on. I
No,
got
no,
my-
no.
got my pickle.
I didn't
Uh,
need that. I'm so
Cucumbers.
sorry. I'm so
That's
It's
sorry.
good,
okay.
it's
It's
good,
okay.
it's
It's okay. It's okay.
Recover.
Recover. We're
Recover.
fine.
Down with the man.
What do you
Alright.
guys need? What do you guys need from me?
I need
Alright.
life support.
Right now, I think we're just a little
I need a
disorganized.
hero.
That's
wait,
all.
We
Uh,
just,
I-
we just
we
have to
are-
make sure, Frost. Make
Oh.
sure that when you put the seaweed down, that you put on the plate. A lot of prep
I've just been.
There you
throwing
go.
it.
I got lost. I'll be honest.
Joking. Oh, we still
Crow,
got it.
what's up?
3? Jesus Christ.
We got 3 stars, but yeah.
Hopefully you're doing good, Crow.
Technically, we were supposed to get 2 more, so we're fine.
Wow.
Wait, what do you mean better luck next time? We got 3 stars.
We failed 2 orders.
Listen, we don't accept failure. when you play
Alright,
with Nate,
I'll
we
just,
expect
I'll just
top
chop
performance.
everything and I'll throw everything across the kitchen to you guys. So just tell me what you need.
Okay.
I need love and support and dedication.
I can't do that. I'm sorry.
I need you to take us into the bathroom with you.
Please.
I can't do that either. I'm sorry.
What the?
I like how Frost said he really had to go to the bathroom, and then we started bullying him about taking us with him, and now he won't go.
Wow.
I
Is,
will
Frost,
ruin
is it
my
because
bladder.
you can't
I will
go?
ruin my bladder.
You're gonna get a UTI.
We need the pasta down here.
Who cares?
Who is you? Don't worry.
Who's you and why
I-
is he
there's a
TI?
fire here.
Thanks, Hero.
Don't worry, I'm here. I am here.
All right,
Oh, what do we do
Okay,
with these
this is actually
tomatoes?
like
Oh,
here.
we gotta chop
we
them.
chop them,
Oh,
and
you
then
have to chop
they have to get
I'm
cooked in the
being
pans up here.
schmooved. I'm being schmooved.
All right, so that pasta's ready. Put it on a plate. Do you have it on a plate? All right, stop it with the ingredients. It just makes so much of a mess.
I literally am lost and confused with my life.
I'll put this one in the
I
corner.
need Nate.
Don't
I
worry.
need that
There-
pasta. There's a pasta on the floor.
There's a pasta on the ground that's good to
Pasta
go.
fazool!
No, my calling.
Well, sometimes in life.
All right, I
it's
have some
really-
pasta that's ready to go, but we just need plate. Where are all the
Yeah,
plates
where,
again?
where are the plates?
Oh,
No,
This
they're
is the
on
one
the,
that-
on the top.
on the right.
Yeah.
No, there's only like 2 plates in this whole one. I remember.
Oh, hang on, I got you. Ready? Look, go right ahead.
There you go. Oh, we're prepared.
Are
We are
Are we?
prepared.
Yeah?
buddy.
Ah, on
Here,
God.
here.
Oh,
Okay,
I
we're
think you
good.
guys need some
oh
more.
it's not my life.
tomatoes.
Ow! Why you hit me with tomatoes? Cheddar hits me enough, please.
Why'd you throw the tomato off the?
Because I'm
Ungrateful.
stressed. I'm stressed. I'm
Gotta
dying.
feed the
Wait,
people
you're
down
just
below.
throwing him off the map.
You got
Yeah, we
it.
gotta feed the people down there.
My hard work.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Out there.
Where's the plate? Wait. Here.
Wait,
Put the plate
I
down.
don't even know how I have the plate.
Here.
Oh,
There you go.
Oh, okay.
I'm so lost with my life.
You guys are killing it.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Thanks. Oh, Maddie. Hello, welcome.
Wait,
Oh,
hold on.
one
Wait,
sec.
what was that, Mod? I am going to pee yourself.
Wait.
I am going to pee yourself.
Oh, I'm stuck. Oh,
Nope.
jeez. Oh,
Oh.
never mind. Just kidding.
Home.
Going to pee.
Who's peeing?
I
Frost?
not me.
Who's
Everyone.
peeing?
Who's peeing?
Oh,
On
nice
this holy
thrower.
day of Tuesday. Oh, it's okay to pee today.
It
Tomorrow's
is okay to.
Tomorrow's a different story.
That one's ready to go out. There's
You know, it'd
one.
be pretty pog if we all go to the bathroom together.
Do you want to? I mean, I could
Alright.
I could go.
I also could
I
go.
think I can force myself. It's pretty easy.
Here you
Yeah?
go. It's down. It's down.
Oh, jeez. I
Well,
got
I need
pasta in
some
my hands.
tomatoes.
Pasta in my hands.
got-
I got it. Oh no.
I got pasta in my hands. Watch out, pasta fazool. My grandfather told me bingo bongo.
I got the. You want tomatoes?
Hey.
You shouldn't have thrown them off the
Ew,
side.
you
No,
gotta,
wash
you
the
gotta.
dishes.
I need a plate. Yeah, come on.
Yeah, that one's ready to go.
Oh, I got tomatoes in my hands. I don't even like tomatoes, and I'm a freaking
Squirrels in my
Italian.
hand. Squirrels.
Squirrels. SIMP squirrels in my pants.
Oh, wait.
wait.
We are grabbing everything but the pasta sauce.
I got it.
Oh, I need some of that magnificent ravioli, please.
Take the tomatoes. you
Ravioli,
wanted them so
ravioli. Give me
badly.
the formioli. Oh, jeez, Louise.
Oh, jeez,
Usagi,
Louise.
welcome in. How are
Sorry.
you doing?
It's Oh, I got some pasta ready for you. Bingo bong.
Bing.
Pasta,
More
pasta
pasta.
plus
Whoa!
sauce.
Oh, fuck.
That's what we like to see, baby. Give us the
Hey,
good
yo.
old 3 gold stars.
Sauced up on
Oh, I got a
Tuesday,
catch.
I feel so
baby.
saucy.
Whoop the flip it.
Oh man.
Waiting for players.
What is
to
happening?
Continue.
No peeing near food. Truth. Freedom. How's everyone? I love the chaos
Oh,
in
in
this game.
chat, just so you
Did I
are
just
aware,
see
there should
someone
be an
yesterday
ad coming
s-
up here soon.
Some
So,
pasta
just
off
be
the
careful
air.
for that.
Yes. Hero, did you see today's
Careful,
limited
yeah.
shirt on No, I did not. It's your kind of shirt.
Frost designated pee break.
Same. I moved about an
Yeah,
hour
Frost-
ago,
Frost,
suffering
go,
from
like,
sickness.
Go
I
run.
was trying to push
Hello?
through.
Hello.
Pasani, hello, Papa Hero. I loves you. I loves you too, Usagi. Hope you're doing good.
Was I muted that entire time?
No.
No.
Hello.
Wait, what'd you say? Hello?
Wait, I'm supposed to have a designated mute key on my mouse. Is it
Oh,
not
that
working?
does not work. We heard you
No.
the whole
No.
time.
Yeah, that was
I
absolutely not
I
working.
didn't
We
mute
No,
at
didn't
we,
all?
we yeah, we heard you talk all about your
What's the
urine.
point of having a key bind if
Yeah.
it doesn't work when you're not inside?
Do you have a Steam Deck? Stream Deck?
Did you manage to take us to the bathroom? We didn't even know.
Yeah, did you?
Fine. Do you want to go to the bathroom?
Yeah, listen, if you're going to go to the bathroom, let me know cuz I'll go too.
I'm going to the bathroom right
All right,
now.
I'm gonna go to the
tell me
bathroom too.
so I can go to the bathroom.
I'll join on my phone. It's in the Discord.
Wait, I don't wait, you repeat I'm just going to bring my headset. You guys are there in
What?
my ears. You're not going to hear me urinate.
I don't have a
What?
wired headset.
You guys want to
That's
hear
the whole point.
You guys want to hear me urinate that bad?
Do you want to hear me deep
Yeah.
fry some chicken?
Oh,
Absolutely.
all right,
Damn,
hang on.
dude,
Let me
you
change
get
my
loud as
microphones
fuck.
around, I suppose.
All right, I'll be right back. Going
Well-
to the potty.
Hang
Your
on. I'm
friends hold hands while they pee in the bathroom.
input.
Exactly.
Where is it? Here it is. Does my mic sound really terrible?
I feel like at this point, it's like take a shot every single time you say piss and pee.
Do you guys hear
I
me?
think we'd be dead. Hello.
Do you
Is
guys
it going?
do you hear my horrible microphone?
Yes.
Oh, we
Hello.
do.
Do you,
Oh, okay.
oh, wait, no.
Oh, excellent.
Exclusive.
Wait, Tiro, no. Jack can hear you on my stream.
Wait, you were supposed to tell him. Oh, and Frost muted. What a coward.
Yeah, I'm so sad.
Fine, you want to hear it? There.
Yeah.
There.
Damn, boy, are you frying chicken in there? You pissed off as fuck. I think that's pretty cool.
Chocolate.
I ain't no coward.
Hero, you're exhibiting very dog-like behavior right now. Are you sure you're a slime?
This toilet is his.
Toilets. Oh, geez, so much-
Claimed.
Claimed.
Toilet is claimed. Yeah, we did.
Don't show up.
Sorry, chat. You have to be on Frost's stream to hear my urine, I suppose.
If you have Twitch Prime,
You know the wild part? I did not hear Frost urinate.
I know. I didn't hear. Oh no, we heard Frost pee. We just didn't hear him wash his hands.
I washed my hands. I can't believe it. Frost, if you did not wash your hands, turn your ass around and give a wash.
oh, I just ran to my blood.
I can't believe this.
I'm going through it right now. Crying in blood.
No problem.
Thank you
I
guys for
always
watching.
wash my hands.
Wait, you guys didn't sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Stars or ABCs.
All right,
Dude.
I just.
Hang
Hang on, I'm going back. I'm going back.
I'm
Dude,
going
shit.
back.
I'm going back. Macho's got me. Dang it, man.
Am I back?
No, I
Hold
gotta go back.
No, you didn't sing Twinkle Twinkle Little
Who
Star.
does that while they
ABCs.
pee?
While you wash your hands.
While you wash your hands? No.
So you know that you wash your hands long enough.
Yeah.
So you know that you pee long enough.
Oh.
Oh,
So
thank you.
cute.
Oh. Oh no.
Water too hot before
Boy.
to continue. Damn, Hero, you've got some hot ass hands, boy.
Sheesh. True.
This is a streamer that supports cleanliness.
Absolutely.
Macho's doing the Lord's
We
work.
stand
On
that.
God, truth. Some say Macho blesses down, but on God, Macho blesses up.
I mean, she kind
Hell
of has
yeah.
to with that height.
Whenever I bless up, it just looks like I'm asking for upsies.
A bee.
That's so cute.
I love how Crow's just like, Frost, you're so nasty.
I am
That's
not
so
nasty.
cute.
I washed my hands. They have been
My God,
cleansed.
now my chat's like caught in 4K. Come on, bro. Hey, listen, I put soap in my hands. I washed. At least I did that. But I went back and I sang. I sang the ABCs and 1, 2, 3s.
That's
Yeah.
true.
The baby sees.
The babies.
Oh, my Lanta.
Okay.
Hey, Frost, you back?
Because we're all
Yeah.
clean.
Let's go.
I feel better on this Lord Day of Tuesday.
This glorious day.
It was a good.
This
feed.
glorious day of Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's
Now-
glorious day
now
of
we can't do
twos.
anything until next week.
Oh, man.
Got a hold.
Here, right here, Macho. Oh,
I mean,
All right. Oh, geez. There's only 2 chop. Okay, listen. Who? Okay. Oh boy. Well, there's a fire. There's already a fire. What is happening?
Fire!
Oh
Fire!
yeah.
Where's
Who
the
did
fire
this?
extinguisher?
To have someone, just like hold the fire extinguisher.
Where's the fire extinguisher?
Where is the fire
Where is it? We're gonna
extinguisher?
die.
Oh God, wait, do we
Wait,
not
there's no
have one?
fire.
We don't. We,
There's no
we
fire
might not get one. We actually might not get
We
one.
might not get
Oh,
one here.
I don't
It
think we
might
got
be
one. I
us
don't
trying to,
think we
like,
get one,
dodge.
guys. I don't think.
Okay, you guys just throw
Yeah.
ingredients at me.
All
And
right.
I chop.
All right.
I
Well,
chop.
okay, I'll throw them.
Yeah, throw.
Wait. We can't have this tomato here because we can't get our.
Yeah, because we need plates.
I'm trying. I'm doing the Lord's work, as some might say. Please.
Oh boy.
I got a tomato
Oh, wait,
for
I-
you. Tomato.
Wait, I'm chopping.
I'm
it,
chopping
alright?
it. I'm chopping
I'm
it.
chopping
Oh
it.
God, my
Oh,
eyes.
dear.
PTSD, please.
No, not the PTSD.
Oh God, hang on. We need. Oh God, my.
TSD. I
I'm-
see what you guys did.
A B C D E F G. God, where's the other half? What
We need
happened?
Wait, that one needs cucumber macho.
Where-
Or not
where-
cucumber,
It
lettuce.
Needs a lettuce.
Needs a
Where's-
lettuce. Yeah, there you go.
Where's
There you go.
my?
Watch,
You
I
got it.
Watch, I got it. Okay, here we go.
My
Run,
food. Give me
run,
food to
hero.
chop.
Wait. Oh
You
God.
didn't-
Oh, I did put it in there. Oh.
No,
Oh,
you
jeez.
didn't.
Oh, hang on.
Somebody.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Nate
We
saved the
got
day.
it.
Pro gamer.
Okay. Give me something to chop. Give me something to
We
chop.
need
Chop it.
A little bit of lettuce right now.
I got
Chop it.
I got
Chop
you.
it. Why
It's
did
already
you
off
chop
the
it?
map.
Chop
It
it.
collided. Just set
Oh,
it
why can't I
down.
put it down? I can't. Oh, there we go.
Wait. I need a lettuce.
We need the lettuce.
There
We
you
need
go,
the
there you go,
lettuce.
There you go.
Got it.
Got it.
We need the. Oh, jeez. Everything's shaking.
Oh,
Oh, we're
no.
dying. We're dead.
We're dead.
Oh wait. Oh, we're not dead. Oh. Oh.
Alright.
We're in the kitchen. We're in the kitchen. This is good. This is good.
I think we get an actual fire extinguisher now, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, I'm on fire. This is my life.
This is my life now.
I cannot.
It's my
I
fire.
can't-
and
okay, here
I'll
we go.
cry if I want to.
Don't worry, guys.
Hey,
I have the
we also
fire
have to make
extinguisher.
sushi.
Yeah,
We
now
also have to make sushi.
I'm working on sushi. I got sushi.
Okay.
Don't worry,
you
I
guys
got
making Sushi. You guys making salad. Oh damn!
I got it, guys.
No!
What?
It's November.
Oh,
oh, wait,
jeez,
no,
I'll put
not
it down.
during
I'll put it down. I'll
November.
put it down. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do this. This is not in front of my
Man, thank you
salad.
so much for the hydrate. I'll get you that after this level.
Thanks.
That
thanks,
one
Frost.
needs a cucumber macho. Yeah.
I got.
Can we get a shout out for Little Miss Vamp, please, Mott? No way of actually streaming so far. Do you need? Wait, there you go.
Oh, jeez, my life.
Wait.
Where's the other pot?
Where's the? There's
I
two
have it in
pots.
my
There's
hand.
two
I
pots.
can't put it anywhere. There's
Oh, I got a
no
plate
room
for you. I
put
got a
it
plate
down.
for you.
We're
There you
about
go.
to-
Here's a plate. Here's it's right.
Oh, I see.
I have a plate. It's right there.
We're about to lose an
excuse
order
me,
for
excuse
We,
me.
we
Oh,
need
jeez.
we need
Excuse
Excuse me.
salad.
Oh, jeez. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
we need to work on salad. We just need
Wait,
plates.
who's salad job?
I thought you
Guys.
guys were salad.
Yeah,
Wait. Who's the salad here?
I'm chopping.
I thought you guys were salad.
You-
Who's
I'm
salad?
chopping.
Hero.
You could
Somebody-
Oh,
chop
we're
and put
salading.
salads
I thought we're
together.
chopping.
Oh, look what you guys did.
Listen, sometimes in life it's not always about us winning. It's just about us.
Surviving.
Losing?
Listen, I didn't want to say it, but yeah. Frost, come on, man, we got this, man.
Ross, where's the two salads?
Frost, where's
There's
the
a plate for you.
not in front of the
Okay.
salad, Frost,
Where's my
please.
tomato? Give me the
I
tomato.
got-
Throw it.
Oh, no, man.
You threw the tomato way over here.
I gotta clean a plate. Oh, jeez. And don't worry, I'm doing the dishes.
Thank you. You got that.
I need more tomato.
Oh, dude.
Did we do it? I
Get
think we
your own
did it.
tomato.
Vaughn, what is up?
I don't know
Thanks for
where it
shouting out,
is.
Vaughn.
You gotta find
Oh.
it. Use your eyes.
Oh, you guys are closer.
I'm gonna get going. I need to get some more sleep
What
for my
are
shift. I
you?
hope to see you guys
I
again
can't
soon.
see.
I miss y'all. Miss you too, Crow.
I
Thanks for
can't
coming in for a
see.
little bit. We definitely
Then
do
use your
appreciate it.
sniffers.
Crow, yeah,
Does he
you
use
see
the
your
sniffers?
emotes, Crow.
Is that
Crow
what
did the
he's
emotes for the
doing?
follower
Imagine.
emotes.
Or like the what was it? The
Just
stage
saying.
play top that just like uses echo.
Yeah. Hold on. Vamp, let me get that hydrate for you. I really wish the mute key worked. I am so sorry, everyone.
It's okay.
That's fine.
You're good.
I forgot to mute. Sorry.
See, don't be sorry.
See, don't be sorry.
Never apologize for a good old burp.
Yeah, never apologize for
I
that.
just apologize for a burp too. Never apologize for the burp. Sorry.
Wow.
Wow. What
It's a
are you,
bodily
an idiot
fluid
sandwich?
function thingy. It's okay.
Oh, we're flying right now? Whoopee!
Yeah.
Ring.
airplane noises. Perfect. Yeah, we have to go back to the throne room.
Okay.
Ready for some voice acting?
Oh yeah.
I love
Also,
that part's the
I-
greatest.
I
Wait,
love
Macho, what's your part?
how-
I'm the car.
I'm enjoying.
Oh. What the That's messed up.
Don't worry, I'm just over here petting the dog. No,
Move
No.
over.
no, it's
you can't
me.
petception.
I didn't even pet the dog once.
Nobody gets to pet the dog.
That's what we like to see.
If I can't pet the dog, nobody pets the dog.
Did we even breed with the?
Nope.
Nope.
I didn't even get a
Okay.
chance. I don't even know what this.
Does
What's the plot?
nobody? Did we just?
I'm
Is there
not.
any
I don't
plot?
think we got it, but
Well, my word, what an adventure you've been on, and you've only just begun. You still have much to learn about cooperation, and we can only keep the unbred at bay for so long. Head out into the wild country. I hear there are flavors that can satiate the most ravenous appetite.
Fork.
Don't hurry me. But he's right. You must go now and bring back the most delicious teamwork.
Fork.
There's no time to lose. Nah. Hey,
wait,
you-
I'm on
you-
the stool.
I was like spamming the buttons
Macho is
that
pretty
way.
great. Is
Glitched
this
me into the stool.
is this the wild country?
Ah, yeah. Oh, this
Wild West.
Ah,
this
wow.
one can be
Oh wait,
annoying.
no.
This
Yeah,
looks
this one's
more
really
like
annoying.
raft.
This one
country.
reminds me
Yeah, you could.
of my time at the Amazon.
Really? You
What,
had time in the
Amazon?
Amazon?
Yeah, I
Yeah, I
ordered.
was about to go like what?
I ordered. I ordered some stuff on Amazon.
Oh, wow.
From A to Z.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
Oh,
I
pause,
didn't-
Frost. We can't-
I
we
didn't
can't cut
mean to- I'm
anything.
sorry.
Whoop.
I just watched Nathan.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait,
you're-
Frost, you want to make one chicken side and one potato side?
Sure. Do you want chicken or do you want potatoes?
I want potato.
Okay.
Oh no. It's okay.
It's okay. Don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
don't worry about it. You know the
shit.
prawn
It
is.
never
needed.
happened. It's okay.
Oh shit. I think I fucked up.
What'd you do?
It's okay.
no.
You got this. Don't worry about it.
There's another just potato, so you're all right.
All right. You guys are good.
Yeah, you guys are good.
Can I have another potato?
Can we have another potato?
Yeah. You know, I'll help you
Asking
out.
for the things that you have.
Oh, I supplied
Potato
them
rich.
with
Whoops.
chicken galore. All right. It's time for
That's
you to
true.
step up.
Step up with this golden nugget. Oh, luckily we don't have to wash dishes though.
Yeah.
That's a nice
Oh
one.
shit. Hell
wait.
yeah, raw dishes, baby.
Bye bye.
Hey, baby.
Hey, boo-boo.
All right. Y'all got plenty of ingredients for now, so
Yeah, we're just gonna.
Hi, Hero. How's it going?
How's it going? All right, Nate. How are you doing?
I'm actually doing pretty
Okay,
good.
you're
Oh, that's
slacking
good,
on the
that's good.
potatoes
You
a little bit.
Doing
Been
good at
busy
school?
lately, but
Yeah.
you know, doing
Oh, I
hanging
am
in
so
there okay.
sorry. I've just been
How was the
handing in
wedding?
just potatoes. I've been forgetting
What was that?
How was
We
the
put
wedding?
Chicken on it.
Oh, it was so fun. It was so nice. Well, it was really nice, except me and a bunch of my friends kind of got sick from it, and I got COVID from
Oh,
it.
I mean,
but,
besides that, I mean, did you
but
do
besides that, it was a great time.
did you do a little
Oh,
drinky
here, Frost, I
winky?
got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Absolutely.
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, you gotta do the drinky
Yeah, I don't
winky.
think.
Absolutely.
I think, Nathan
Good old
and
Jumbo
his
Wumbo.
friends are, like,
With the
only-
jumbo wumbo.
They're talking a little bit too much over there. So
Hey, listen, you know, are you
All
jealous?
right,
We're
but-
taking a break.
but-
You know, we get a 15-minute break.
By the
Oh,
looks
here,
of
here,
things,
here.
by the looks of things on your side, you need more potatoes than chicken. Stop throwing
Yeah.
chickens at us.
I wonder whose job it is for the potatoes.
It's
I
my
don't
dad.
know. I
You're
think I'm
both
doing
on
a
that
great job.
side.
Why are you throwing the nuggets? Why are you throwing the nuggets, Frost?
They are in the way.
Well, come on, that's precious cargo.
Ah.
Oh, you guys threw one of the potatoes in the trash.
Listen, I done nothing of the sort.
Right in the basket.
Wow. Back in my day, we would throw food in the water.
Is that Uwano?
Is that Uwano? You said Wild Country. Is
Oh,
Where's your daughter?
Dance club we had shut down. Oh no, it didn't shut. Wow.
Wait, did you have
how
a
dare
chicken?
it.
Wait, give me the chicken.
Oh, no.
Put the chicken down. Just put it on my plate. Thank you.
Yo, EZG, Richard
Keep
K,
frying
what is
some
up? Welcome on
taters.
in.
I am frying taters. Look at this. Well, bam. Taters.
Frost, you got a lot of chicken over there, man. Why are you throwing? You're literally throwing the back at me. Stop.
Oh, don't worry about it. It's
I'm
fine,
worried
it's
about
fine.
everything. Come on. Get over here. I'll give you some cement shoes.
Wait. Oh wait, yeah, we don't cut it.
No, you
I
don't.
know you don't. We're the ones who cut it. Stop throwing
I
it
have a
back
plate-
at me.
I have a
I'm gonna
plate
throw
here
it.
that needs
I
chicken.
swear to the Lord.
Alright, I'm just gonna.
Yeah, you know, if they throw it back at us, I'm just throwing it in the water.
We're feeding the fish more
Yeah,
than
we
we're
don't
feeding
want
the
it.
customers.
True.
Hey, we noticed
Watch.
that you had subpar cutting quality, so.
Hold on, I don't think we're
This
going
is
to
the
make
one who
anything
doesn't
else.
know how to
Do we
fry
have
a
do we have
potato.
way?
Oh, jeez.
I'm fucking frying my tater. I take my time for perfection.
Don't worry, we beat it quite handedly.
Yes.
I'm mad.
Ooh, new chef.
Man.
We did it.
We did it. I mean, to be fair, we
Okay.
haven't had what a single
We haven't had a
instance
single
where we
complaint.
haven't- Yeah, exactly.
Except for those 2 orders we failed. But
Oh, I mean,
you know
we-
what?
It doesn't matter, we got 3 stars.
they
I,
were
that's
in
an
the wrong.
that's an
Yeah.
oversight. It's okay.
They were in the wrong.
Yeah, they were in
Yeah.
the wrong.
They should have ordered better.
Hey, order better, idiot. We're a salad place. Why are they asking for sushi?
Oh, Pog, you guys just fell from the sky and didn't die. That's great. Can I have some sushi?
I
They have
chop.
a sushi
I
place
I
open.
go and I chop.
I forgot, do we? Oh yeah, we have to cook the shrimp and the fish this time. We must cook. I think this one's kind of a pain.
I chop.
Do we have
That's
one
what I
of-
do.
oh, I
That I need a. Oh, I need a
Okay,
beef
I think
for
this
that
might
one,
be
but-
a bit too much noodle.
No, but there's never enough noodle for an Italian.
Oh, I got. Here,
Oh,
I'm
you
gonna
got
put it
one,
in the
nice.
middle and you
Oh, I
guys
fell!
can hand it on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh no, hero!
There was a where did I go? Wait, am I dead?
just
Oh,
died.
oh, I'm back. Oh
Today
god, I
we
was
mourn
nervous.
Hero.
Oh,
No,
No,
Hero.
chopping's my job.
This is
It's
the
my
bad
job.
place, Hero.
oh, so no.
All right.
I got it.
That's
Here,
why
here,
we're.
here.
Oh,
What? Don't you need it on a plate?
Hero, you just did it again.
I just want to.
Yeah, there you go.
I just
What
wanna
do you-
give Nate the
what-
beef.
what?
stole my pan.
I didn't steal anything.
I just want to give
trying to
Nate the
help.
beef, man.
Just trying to help.
I got
There's
it.
too much shit on the floor.
I'm just trying to
We got
help.
ingredients. We got the.
No, we don't got
ingredients.
enough. We don't get
Bada
enough
bing,
pasta.
bada boom,
Bingo
you know.
bongo. Hang on, let me give you some good old noodles, as some might say.
Best stream I've seen.
Hey, oh, there you go. You want some
Yeah,
beef?
yeah.
Don't worry
You
about
want-
it. Get out of here.
Taking the pasta. Hey, yo.
Hey, don't worry. Hey,
I'm
I
walking here.
don't worry. Oh, there we go. It's a good old trick shot. That's what I like
Oh,
to
wait.
see.
Okay.
That one was wrong. Sorry.
So that one just needs a fish. Here, add a fish to this one, and it's good. Here, I got it.
Okay, I'm good with the meat.
Wait, are you sure you're good with it?
Yeah.
All right. How about the pasta?
They
Don't
have
worry.
a
I got
lot
you.
of-
I got
They
you.
have a lot of meat over there.
Okay, we just need a. We need a. All right.
You guys
here,
need
we
pasta?
a
Don't worry.
meat.
Pasta
I'm gonna grab
fazool,
this
as
one
some
in a
might
second.
say.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab
Hold on.
these.
I think they need
I'm
a. they need a-
I'm
not a
crying.
salmon, a shrimp.
This is too funny. Okay, I'm gonna
I got
help
this,
now.
yeah, I got this.
What?
I'll
I'm
put
gonna
it in,
sear
I'll
some
put it in.
beef. Oh my Lanta.
Well,
No, I'm searing beef.
Alright,
Get
which
out of my
one? I'm
kitchen.
sorry,
What
oh,
is this?
God. I didn't mean
Guys,
to. Oh,
guys, we're about to fail an order.
no,
We're about
listen,
to fail
the-
an
we're
order.
about- I am not
Hang
failing
on.
a customer on this holy day on Tuesday.
Yeah, I got
We
it.
need some
I
seared
got-
meat. Go,
I
go,
got-
go, 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 go.
Oh, don't worry. Hang on. Wait. We need the meat chopped. We
Nice.
need the chopper.
There's a ton of chopped meat. They're just hiding in the
I can't.
corner.
I don't see it.
It's in the bottom left.
All right, we need a shrimp,
what
a
is the
fish,
bottom left?
and
Oh, I got
2
some meat.
meats.
What?
What is
Don't tell Macho I did
What
that.
is the bottom?
Sorry.
My kitchen.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've done nothing wrong.
Look at how much meat we needed. I'm sorry.
No, I have a system.
All right, says you cooking my pasta. All right.
Come on, we got tip times 2. We
What?
got
I
2
was
times the
forced
tips.
into this. I was forced into this, no.
All right, fine. I'll stick with the pasta.
Pasta fazoo.
Here, this is good to go.
I'm cooking here.
Look,
Oh
Mom.
my god.
Do we do it? We did
I was
it.
forced to this position. We got 3 stars though. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
See?
But did we truly win? We didn't get 669.
Oh.
That's
we
true.
were.
That's a
I
funny
mean,
number.
I think this is the
We
closest we
should've
could have
failed
got.
one order.
We should have failed one.
We should have failed one.
No, Veta, this is not. I'm not gremlining. I'm just. I don't know what you're talking about.
Gremlin hero, gremlin hero, gremlin hero.
I'm not a gremlin. I'm a slime.
Gremlin sly.
Yo, at least Guy appreciates my potato trick shot.
Where am I? I'm over here. Oh no, wait,
Alright,
no,
so
my
mushroom. Oh, I missed. My
Oh,
bad.
don't worry. Look at. This is my favorite ingredient,
Hey, wait.
pasta.
I chop. I think I have to be here to catch it, right?
Yeah.
no,
Or no. See, but so in order to send plates to us, you have to use the balloon down at the bottom. You see?
Yeah.
Because you
this
can't
goes back
throw
and forth.
plates. Yeah.
There's a balloon at the bottom.
You see the platform
Yeah.
moving down? That's how you have to transfer plates.
I see.
All right, don't give him too much stuff here.
Okay.
No, we
Give
need
us-
more mushrooms.
What? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't.
All right,
I
all right.
was
Fine,
just
don't listen to
listening.
me.
Following orders. My bad. I'm sorry.
Wait, hold on. Wait, you guys can chop the meat
Oh,
before you
fuck.
send it over to us.
Wait. Oh,
Oh, we do have a knife
Oh,
over
right,
here.
right.
I didn't see that.
I was just.
Just take all of this back.
I don't want it. You said to give it back to you. I'm so confused.
All right, so
Why are you giving me the
you
chop
did
shoot?
it too.
I'm trying to pick up the pasta.
oh,
I was lost and confused in my own mind.
Okay, we have to
Why?
get some.
What the heck?
oh, we have to and Hero.
Yeah.
If we can, we have to. Oh wait, no, never mind.
Wait, I need a plate.
Yeah, we need a plate.
That's what we're grabbing right now.
We don't have plates.
Don't, hey,
There's
don't
only
worry.
two.
Don't worry about
Hello?
it. We got it. You
I'm
want some more meat? I
worried.
got some coming for you. Good old chop, as some might say.
Does everything need noodles? Everything needs noodles, right?
Yeah.
Everything needs noodles.
Hey, see, this is the kind of restaurant, a good old Italiano pasta.
Okay, yeah, we're just
You know-
waiting for plates, I think.
Yeah.
Have you ever guys been to Olive Garden and just been ashamed to ask for more Parmesan?
No.
No.
I like a lot of cheese, and I'm ashamed to ask for more.
Wait, hold on.
Wait, where's all our
Oh, wait.
pants, Frost?
Our pans? They all have stuff on them.
I can't.
Like this one,
Yeah.
it's cool. Is there a way that I can like get the
Sorry.
cooked
No,
meat
we need a
off?
pasta. We need a pasta. Frost, give me that.
I don't even know why I'm laughing. I'm just
Go
chopping and
get
throwing.
one mushroom.
No, why I'm laughing.
Hurry up, Frost! What are you doing?
What am I doing? What do you mean? What am I doing? I'm waiting up
I'm
plates.
doing orders! What the fuck are you doing?
I missed it. I missed it. I
No,
messed
you're
up.
good. You're good. You're good. You didn't miss anything.
We need more plates.
Oh, but listen,
the plates?
listen.
There's only
There's only
a
2 plates.
handful-
Nate only has
There
2
are
hands.
3.
Make more plates.
You can't just
Shut up.
ask me.
You can't just Jesus Christ, Frost. You can't just
No,
ask people to
it's
make more
Tuesday.
plates.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Friday.
it's a holy day of Tuesday.
I can't
Calm
put this down.
down.
Macho.
Oh, here. Oh wait, no, sorry.
Hero, I like our teamwork here.
I agree. We're out here. We're vibing. And,
I
whoops.
clearly see 2 plates up there.
Yeah,
There's
I
4
just
plates.
got them. I cleaned them for you, you ungrateful swine.
And there's not 3, there's 4. All right, quit giving me false information.
God, Nick, stop being such a screw.
Do we make it?
No, not even close.
No.
I got 2 stars. Oh, we failed 3.
Nah.
All right, we can do that now that we know it.
Yeah,
Do
we
it
have to do
again,
it.
do
Yeah,
it
we have to
again.
do
We
it.
can definitely do that.
Yeah, we messed up in the
We
beginning.
need more
We're back
synergy.
stronger.
We need more synergy.
Yeah.
Synergy.
Yeah, we got a vibe, you know.
Like SIN.
Wait.
Or SYN.
Macho, please.
Hang on.
I
I have to write this down. Yeah, what?
Okay, who's this? Who are you?
It's me.
That's me.
Oh,
That's
it's
me.
you?
It's me.
Wait,
Yeah,
no. Wait, hold on.
It's mine.
it's me.
I'm getting mixed
No,
reports.
it's me. It's me. Don't worry about it. Macho's just getting a little crazy.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on. Leave your
Oh.
mushroom.
There, you
They have
got some.
mushrooms, yeah. Stop. There. Oh, wait.
All right. Oh, good throw.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm
Take
sorry.
your boss. This one too.
All right. All right. Ooh, nice.
Okay.
You got 2. Nice.
Oh man.
All right, this is good. If we could do 2 back and forth every time.
Yeah.
There you go.
All right. Do y'all need anything right now, ingredients wise?
No.
Okay.
Oh wait, we physically can't do.
Yeah, we
2.
can't. Only 2 plates at one time.
Yeah, it's gonna be 2 plates at a time.
Oh, we're good on ingredients.
Okay.
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 Wow,
let's-
how the
let's-
turns have tabled.
Wow, right?
Frost
Isn't
and
it
Donna.
crazy?
Hey,
No,
we're
no.
good on
Wow, I mean, I'm
ingredients.
just out here just trying to.
Your entire area isn't covered on the ground with ingredients.
Wait,
What do you
hold
mean
on.
you're
I'm
good?
I'm sorting them. I'm sorting them
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
for
I'm just
posterity.
out here trying to make sure you have the best ingredients you could have.
Actually,
Can we
yeah.
have
If you
more
can...
pasta?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Wait, no,
problem.
we have
Oh.
2 boiling pastas up here.
Well, I
No,
mean,
no,
you
no,
need
for
more
after,
though. You
for
need
after.
more. You need more. You know, more.
It's already full.
wait.
Yeah, no,
it's
you
good.
need
All
more.
right, there you go. That's
Oh
probably
shit!
enough.
I think I threw it away.
Oh,
Wow.
Frost, wait, Frost! It needs stuff on it.
Oh, Frost!
Well, we
what?
can't turn
Frost,
it
we
in.
can't turn that in, Frost. What the
Get
heck?
away from me!
Here,
Why
wait,
did you
wait,
put
wait.
it down over there?
Because
You
I'm
could've just
putting it.
grabbed the plate and I put them next to each other.
I'm
Oh,
putting
man.
it down on the plate. We don't take the
hang
plate
on,
to
hang
the
on.
food. We take the food to the plate.
No!
Yes.
Ooh.
No.
Oh no!
It's how the ancient scholars
no.
once
That's
did it.
okay. It's
I
okay.
put it down. My
It's
bad.
you know,
All right.
it's okay. Don't worry about it. You know, we all make mistakes.
I put it down, then I immediately picked it back up.
Where's this
somehow.
other pan?
This one has mushrooms on it.
Hold on, let me just make one
just
with
That's
looking
real
at.
quick.
I'm just looking at the ingredients. I'm just dying. Oh.
All right.
Wow.
We got this. We got this, Frost. We got
Well,
this, Frost.
this one's kind of you know,
No, it's okay. It's okay.
it's so difficult
Oh
to
yeah,
keep
we
up
needed
with
2
these.
mushrooms.
Don't worry, I
know,
got you,
especially
Frost.
since
Don't
we only
worry.
had 2 plates.
Don't worry, Frost. I got more pasta coming your way. As
Wait,
my
no, no, no,
grandfather
wait.
always say, you know,
Food,
make it with
food
love.
To the plate.
Oh,
Food
nice, you got
to
it.
the plate, Macho.
No!
Yes!
It's slower. It's
How
slower.
is it slow? How?
It's slower because you have to run back and forth. If you just grab the plate, then you go bam bam, and then you just put it on.
No, you're still going back and forth. Though. It's the
specifically,
same
my
distance.
You're
man.
not?
Yes, it is.
Specifically.
No!
What do you mean? No.
God,
Oh, we
Frost,
got
don't be a
ex-
Muppet!
Exactly.
Fine,
is a
it's fine. Perfect. Sure.
You're literally
Does
just
that
doing
mean
a good
Frost
job.
has to talk like Kermit the Frog the entire time?
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god, that'd be
Oh
so
my
good.
god.
Good
Frost's
job,
Kermit the
everybody.
Frog.
Yeah, good job.
Why are there so
We hit-
many songs about rainbows?
And what's on the other side?
Wait, can you replace rainbows with unbread?
Are there so many songs about unbread?
Why
Yeah. I
are
mean, we
there
can
so
make
many
them.
songs about unbread?
What's
What's on the other side?
Burritos. Let's go.
Jabba.
This is my other famous Italian dish, burritos.
Yes. Famous
All
Italian.
right,
It's
guys,
very
I got
known in
this.
Italy.
I'll chop. I'll chop. Wait.
I
hold
know
on.
you're
I
not
hate
chop.
this-
Wait,
I
you
hate
can chop.
this
You can chop. You
level.
can chop. Okay, we can
Yeah,
chop.
yeah, you can
Let's
chop.
chop.
You can chop.
I'm
I'm gonna go ahead and
Why are you
start putting
throwing
it.
it?
sorry, I got nervous.
Because the yeah, the,
Nervous.
Nervous reaction. Wait, pass me rice.
I'm
Pass me rice.
sorry. Oh,
Where's the rice?
don't worry, I got you. It's over
they
here.
have
I'm
the
throwing them
rice.
at you. Throw it at you. Don't worry. I'm out here.
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
You tell me when to stop.
Stop.
You're
Please.
still you're
Okay, you
throwing
said
it at
please.
me.
Stop, please.
He said
Thank you.
please. I'm sorry. I heard the word please.
Hero, the food. Oh wait.
Wait. You guys can't throw the meat at us. We
Wait.
we
Oh,
don't
I
need-
didn't know that. My
Okay.
bad.
Yeah,
Hey,
you
guys.
guys are. You have the way to fry the meat yourselves over here.
I'm so
Oh.
lost. Why do I have this
Oh,
on
wait,
my
Hero,
plate?
wait. You need a burrito wrap. There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Hold
So
on.
we need.
Who
we need
needs
some.
meat?
Wait, oh my
Who needs
God,
meat?
Frost!
Who needs meat?
I need the meat.
Who needs?
Give me the meat. I can't. There's so much going on. Do we have to saute the onions too? The oh gee,
Yeah, the
oh,
mushrooms.
oh no.
Yeah, don't
Okay.
worry, don't
Hey,
worry.
Frost, you want to chop and I'll cook.
Yeah.
I'll
Sounds
cook
good,
and
sounds
clean.
good.
I'll cook and clean.
Where are the onions? Are they on the other side? Okay.
There's mushrooms on this side, if that's what you mean.
Mushrooms, onions, meh.
Oh my god, I don't want to hear that from you.
What do you want to hear from me then?
Love,
know.
compassion, friendship.
That'd be nice.
Nah, that's not my style.
Okay.
Information,
Oh no!
friendship.
I fell.
Oh no.
Look at this nerd falling.
I'm trying to
Oh, wait.
clean dishes.
But I fell.
Oh, I
Oh,
do
all
that
right, you
too.
can clean it. All right.
Oh wait, can someone grab this
Yeah.
rice burrito? Oops.
I saw that.
They all
I
went
was like,
silent.
why were you guys talking? Why would you want to do it? What are you doing?
It was playing. Oops.
It's like a fucking silent moment. Why are you guys quiet that one time?
I'm
We're
sorry.
all paying attention, watching you throw it off the ledge.
Okay, but all these burritos are ready if someone wants to run them.
Yeah, we need a sustenance in these
no.
burritos.
We need someone to run back.
We need
Wait,
sustenance.
wait.
Wait, hold on. Here's meat.
Okay.
We need a lot of
Oh, I
mushrooms.
fell
We need
off.
mushrooms. Yeah.
We need mushrooms. We need mushrooms.
One mushroom.
I got
said-
it,
One
yeah,
mushroom.
yeah.
Hang on, I got a burrito.
All right, here.
And we need more rice on this
that-
side too.
Oh,
That one's ready. And more rice? Okay.
yeah,
Oh,
we need
why do I
rice. We
keep
need
falling?
rice.
Yeah,
we
we
need
need more
plates.
rice.
We need plates too.
Can I get another mushroom?
I think the rice. I think we can actually put the rice in the burritos without the plate, but we need
Thank
the
you.
plate to hand it.
Yeah,
in.
we need the plate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need the plate. You know.
Yeah. For this one, we have this. We just need.
I have a mushroom. There you go. That one's ready to go. Burrito on a plate.
We
That
need.
one
We
just-
need rice.
We need
That
some
one
more
needs a
meat.
mushroom.
Here, I can run the.
Me? Okay. Meat's
Hold
on your
hold
side.
Let me put a mushroom on it.
Here you go. Oh, sorry. Got it.
Okay, I need that back.
Yeah. I got you. Oh fuck! No, I don't. I don't got
You
you.
I
did
don't
not
got it.
got me.
I don't got you.
Yeah. This plate here just needs a mushroom, which we got cooking. Oh wait, is
no,
this one
mushrooms
ready?
down. Yeah. It's
Oh,
ready.
okay. Here, wait, Macho, I got you right here.
Okay.
There you go.
Hand it in.
Yep. Just put it back on.
Okay, we need a meat and then 2 mushrooms.
Meat's ready.
Okay.
Here's 2
Meat right here.
mushrooms.
We're gonna go get a
Thank
mushroom.
you, thank you.
There's one already prepared.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Okay, now we're actually working together. Instead of just
Wow.
laughing.
Wow.
Oh wait, can I have 2 rice, please?
I got you as soon as I get back.
Yeah.
Okay,
Coming
you're
back
good.
with a plate. Wait.
There's the other one.
Wait, there we go.
Another meat.
Thank you. We're just waiting on rice.
17 seconds. 17 seconds. I think we're good. I think we
Wait.
can only get like one more order.
Not with that attitude. We could do 3.
Whoa!
Hey, oh, let's go.
With the
More?
power of
Can we do one more?
youth.
Can we do one more?
I don't think we have anything.
We just don't have the
No,
ingredients.
that
cooked.
mushroom's gonna take too long.
Yeah.
That was nice though.
That
Got
was-
1,000
that was-
points.
that
Good
was
job,
Bob, that was
good
Bob.
job,
First
good job.
1,000.
Wow.
Oh, we
Good
did
job,
fail
good
2
job.
orders.
High five, high five.
High five.
High five.
Yeah.
High five.
Yeah. Friendship. Oh, a new chef. It looks. Oh, what's
What'd you
that one baking lady?
My dad.
The baking lady.
Which
The
one?
one that did the epic rap battle of history against Gordon Ramsay. Julia
Oh,
Sweetheart
is
or
that,
whatever.
what was her, is her name like Rachel something?
Rachel
I don't
Ray?
know.
Rachel Ray?
Rachel Ray? Hello?
I thought it was
Hello?
Julia something, wasn't it?
Hello?
Kevin Level.
But I know what you're talking
Kevin
about.
level.
All right, so this one's
Oh,
definitely weird.
Did we do
This-
Kevin too?
Is this Kevin 3?
Yeah, did
Kevin,
Is this Kevin
that's
3?
right. Kevin 2, like, they don't tell you when it comes up, and like you miss it very easily.
Oh, I think we
Oh,
missed
this one.
it then.
This one's annoying.
This one- yeah,
has
this
an
one's
elevator.
annoying. All right,
How do we go up?
it goes up on its own eventually.
Oh,
Whoa.
All right, someone can kind of
But you
stay
guys
up
can throw- oh, wait.
here.
Can I? Thank you.
there we go. Yeah, I just.
Thank
Well,
you.
those
Oh,
are just
no.
gonna stay
Wait,
there.
no, the meat.
I
Yeah,
know. I
just
tried to.
throw
Yeah, I'm gonna
ingredients
stay
onto
up
the elevator.
here.
Can I have
Oh,
one
on-
with flour too?
Got you.
You guys have to cook the fish up there.
Okay.
No. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the
Oh,
fish.
And we
True,
do
true,
have
true.
some. We have. We're able to chop
yeah,
up here
we
as
only
well.
we only can accept carrots.
Yeah, I-
carrots, meat, and shrimp.
I
And all
only
of the
accept
shrimp needs to be
carrots
cut.
here.
Wait, so this thing
Yeah,
over
I
here
need
is like
some
the
carrots.
fish.
The
then
steamer.
we have to
Well,
come up-
the steamer is
Yeah, we have to come up
everything.
to steam.
Oh,
Yeah,
am
the
lost.
steamer's
Okay.
everything.
I need.
So
I
wait,
need
So
everything.
what should
we
I
have
be
to put-
doing?
We have to
Should I
put
not be
flour,
here?
either shrimp, meat, or carrot inside of the blenders downstairs. We have to bring it upstairs into
Oh.
the. Yeah, so it's kind
All
of.
right, there's a chopped shrimp
But
on
we
the
have-
right next to the blenders,
Oh, chopped shrimp. I see it.
and here's a carrot as
Okay.
well.
Thanks. We need a. Oh wait. Can I do it?
All right,
Oh, thank you for saving
that's
it, Hero. Wait, Hero.
Oh.
We have to put the carrot in.
Okay.
We'll put it back in the blend.
okay,
this
okay,
one's
this
ready.
one's
Yeah,
ready.
it's ready.
All right. All right, yeah, we need to
I
do
have
the
a
carrot
shrimp
and the shrimp one. Okay, you guys go.
Here's another
And
shrimp.
then-
Here's
can you
a.
put a Hero? Can you put a flour in there? And then we need a meat.
Oh, we need some more.
There's
we
a
need some
meat
more,
next to the blender right now.
Oh, I
We need
see
some
it.
more
Thanks.
plates.
Yeah, we knew. Oh fuck, the dirty plates.
Oh, dirty plates.
Oh,
Dirty
this one
plates is
had.
upstairs.
Uh,
I got
yeah.
it.
I can do
Oh,
the
Hero,
actual.
one of the meat is ready for the blender.
Oh, we missed an order.
That's all right.
No, it's okay.
We're just getting used to this one.
We're learning.
Yeah, we're learning.
All right, so there's that bowl there. All right, go up, go.
Oop, thank you for grabbing that, Hero. Here, I'm gonna come up with the plates.
Okay.
Okay, we have a clean plate here. Frost, can you run?
Run?
The,
Where?
The plates.
You run.
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
over there on
yeah.
the top left. Yeah. Thanks. I'll grab the other one. Isn't it weird that you chop the fish into cubes when you steam it?
It comes out like sliced. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like. I don't like that. Oh, we need the bowls back.
Yeah, no, I can just drop them down.
Yeah. Oh, that's true.
Thank
That works out.
you.
So you have some ingredients there on the right, like a carrot and a meat. What else do we need? A shrimp right now. Here.
I'm just gonna throw this fish away. Okay, I'm gonna run up with plates again.
Plates? Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, I got plates. And then can you run it, Frost? Thank you. Oh, nice,
There's a
nice,
shrimp
nice,
down there. We
I'll
need
bring another one.
carrots here.
Oh, did we already do like all the plates already?
Yeah,
That one
do you
just
guys
needs
need
a
more rice and
flour.
stuff?
I got
Okay,
a
there you go.
flour. We need more flour. And where's our second bowl?
I don't know.
That's a good question. Oh, it's up here. It's about to be steamed.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. Oh wait, hold on.
We might have to like redo this level because we have like
Probably, but yeah, but now we kind of learned it like
Yeah.
halfway through.
Yeah, like I can run plates and like put things into stuff. Hold on.
Yeah.
Good job, guys.
Oh no, I had one more plate.
Oh,
That wasn't
We
bad,
tried. We
though.
tried that. Not too
No.
bad.
I was like
Oh, no,
super
we got
focus
it
mode.
easy. Oh wait.
Oh, we would have
We-
made
Yeah, we were
it. That
close.
was
Yeah.
so bad. Yeah.
All
Oh,
right,
I accidentally
so
pressed
close.
continue.
that's fine.
No, you're good.
Wait, has it
Just press
already
continue.
like 2 hours?
Almost.
Well, it feels like it's
No,
been
well,
5
it's-
minutes.
It's been like an hour and a half.
It honestly feels like it's been like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, it hasn't been feeling
Overcooked's fun.
feel that long.
No.
Oh, my eyes are hurting only because I cried so much from laughing so hard.
I
Oh
like how,
no.
I like how the teamwork only came when we all became tired of killing each other.
I'll go up. I'll go up.
I mean, I'll go down.
Okay, I'll stay down here. Yeah.
All right,
Oh,
I'll go.
fuck.
I'll go up to the chopping
Don't
one.
make them-
Wait, I need a shrimpy boy. Oh,
Oh, wait,
okay.
that's a bit too far. Well, the customers outside can get this.
Customers eating this.
I can't.
Flour.
Stop.
It's part of the experience. Oh, that's smart, Hero, putting all the flour here.
Yeah, I don't. Stop throwing
Yeah,
over
no,
here.
that's-
Throw it the other direction, please.
Wait, where? Oh, down?
Yeah,
Okay.
throw over this way. So that way it's not blocking
Oh.
the plates.
Wait. Oh. No. Stop. Okay. Wait. Now there's. Hang on. Where's the trash? Sorry.
That's double flour.
I know. That's why I was like, oh wait. I was trying to put an ingredient. I don't even know where it went.
Double trouble. Oh,
we
jeez.
put
I
all the
did the
flour
same
in this
thing. I did the
corner.
same thing. Oh, jeez. Oh, Frost, you
Oh,
throw
God.
that.
Oh,
Frost,
Keep
throw the
baby.
trash. Throw the trash.
Oh, wait. Nate, keep chopping.
What?
Oh,
That's
well,
what I'm
done here now.
doing.
Keep chopping.
Nate, you got
What are
this.
you
Yeah,
doing?
Frost, you want this? Take it. Okay.
Thanks.
Yeah, I got it.
Thanks, Hero.
You got this, Nate. You can do it. Believe.
All right, I'm chopping up a carrot.
Wow, look at that was good chopping.
Thank you. All right, just need to chop up some fish and then throw it in the steamer.
Okay. I might come up with the carrots soon. Oh, here's a dirty plate. Oh, fuck! I missed the meat. Carrot.
All right, this fish has to go out like pretty soon for us. This one here on the right.
Yep.
Here, I got it. Ah. All right. Is there anything else I need to bring
Oh,
up? Like
wait.
a carrot?
Nope.
Oh no, that's already been got. Okay, we're good. Yeah.
Did you guys grab a fish too? Oh yeah, we have fish.
Yeah, fish should be
so just
going.
Carrot and
I got a carrot's going.
You're good.
Carrots in the blender. I need a.
What's
There's a fish. You guys need a shrimp. We need a shrimp.
Yeah, I got shrimp over here. I'm gonna start chopping it soon.
Fuck, I don't know if we're gonna reach that in time. Oh, I got it.
there's the
Nice.
fish on the elevator.
That fish can go. Yeah.
Got it.
All right, shrimp for you guys.
Oh, yeah, right now we're kind of just waiting on the.
We're waiting on
We're
what
waiting on
plates? We need
Got it.
plates right
no,
now.
No,
Yeah.
plates just
Yeah.
came out. Plates just
All right, cool. All right.
Oh, I got it.
Nice.
This one's from my dad. Hopefully he's watching me.
Hopefully. All right, I need to grab a
sorry.
carrot real quick.
Oh,
Oh,
we
wait.
have a plate right here.
Yeah. And I'll continue
Yeah, I'll just-
washing.
okay. Nice. Thanks for picking up my slack, bros.
No, you're good. Since I go up.
I'm about to cry. You guys are working so well together now.
Oh,
Hang on.
I just remember the last time you guys were at each other's throats.
that was
It
kind
feels like it was just yesterday.
It feels like it was just like 30 minutes ago.
of
Oh, I think I took that from you.
stolen.
Stolen.
We've been bean boozled.
Bean boozled.
The Bean Boozle channels.
Oh wait. Oh, nice.
We need something.
We need a fish. Hang on. I didn't notice it earlier. I'm going on.
That
Hopefully.
was the only chopping station up here.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I've been
Yeah.
doing.
Okay, I don't know if we'll be able to make it.
Probably not. That's okay. Well,
It's all about
maybe.
drive. It's all about
Quick.
power. We stay hungry. We
No, I got
devour.
It
no,
seems
no,
very
we
slow.
just
I give it to
need
the
that.
plate. You sprint. You sprint. You sprint.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm on the.
Ah,
It's okay.
so
That was
close.
It was
I
so
thought we
close.
got
That
it,
would have been
though.
great.
Wow, look at that.
Hey.
True
Good job,
gamers.
guys.
Yeah.
Good job.
Clean 700.
Yeah, this kitchen's wild, Dash. It's crazy. My eyes
So, Super
are
Mario speedrun rules. 24
fucking
star.
out.
What's the time?
Do we have 24 right now?
I think we have over 24.
I think we do.
How many do we have? It should be in the top right, right? We have
39.
39. Okay.
Yeah, we're doing pretty good.
A 40 star? 40 star?
Hell yeah.
Okay, where's the...
Where's the last
Where's
Kevin?
Kevin 2?
Yeah,
we
where's
can
Kevin
end on
2?
Okay, so that was Kevin 3.
That's Kevin 2. So Kevin 2 had to get unlocked somehow, right?
Wait,
Yeah.
how do you know that's Kevin 3?
Because it said it when we went in. Like if you go back to the flag, it says Kevin 3.
Does it?
So I wonder what Kevin 2 is.
Kevin
I think it's actually
3,
further down
okay.
south. Oh no,
Down
we
south?
didn't get it in the second. We didn't get it in the second area.
We're in the second area though.
This is the second
Oh, I
area.
thought we were in the third.
No,
we're in the
No.
third, by the clouds.
This-
right?
no, it's
The
2-1.
hut,
we're in
isn't it?
we're in
Oh,
the
I
second
see, I
world.
see.
Yeah.
Is this
Where's
it?
Kevin 2?
No.
Oh,
where's
is it this ramp?
No.
Hmm.
I feel like it would be down south, right? Probably. by
Oh,
the
wait,
hut
hold on. Would
area.
it be over in like the normal area at all?
Yeah.
Since like,
Is it behind
Yeah.
the castle?
You know, it's probably there.
is it behind the castle?
Well, it would
No.
be a bone.
Oh, you could run over the bread. They fall.
Give me your lunch
Can you
money.
make the squishy noises of the bread?
I don't know. If...
It's...
Oh wait, that was actually really good.
Yeah, that was really good. Excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
I tried to look it up. Go to 2-2.
2-2. Gotcha.
Okay.
Or
And
from there.
supposedly it's like right next to that.
2-2.
In the clouds? Is it like kind of hidden in the cloud?
Well, wasn't that?
Oh,
wasn't that
it-
Kevin 3?
No. Okay. See that little thing like right up to the right of 2-2. That's like in the down below one. That's supposedly Kevin 2, according to this
Can we
image
not
here.
unlock it until later?
Maybe.
Why did we do Kevin 3 without doing Kevin 2? That's interesting.
I don't know.
Kevin 2
This
is
game is
just too
teaching
cool
us how
for
to
us.
count wrong.
It's too cool for school.
Yeah.
I blame the game
Maybe
devs.
we do 2-4. 2-4.
We already did 2-4.
Oh, 2-5 then.
Yeah. Ooh, it's like
See
a
if we unlock
prospector
Kevin
map.
2.
God bless you.
Wait, what?
What? It's like a what map?
Prospector.
Like a
Apparently,
a what?
Oh, Yosemite mining. Yosemite
Apparently-
Sam.
we have to do in World 2-2. We need a 5x tip combo to unlock Kevin 2.
5
Oh, so we
times
just didn't
hit
get it?
combo.
We just didn't do that, I
Oh,
guess.
can I have one more meat? Oh, Frosted, you want to chop? Frost?
Oh yeah, I'll chop if you.
Yeah, if you want to chop, you know, I'll do rice and things
Okay.
together.
I like chopping. Where,
So I've
where does
heard.
the chopping?
Oh shit! I fell down with the finished rice.
Oh no.
no.
I'm slacking.
Okay, all the
baby.
chopped meat
Listen,
goes to the
sometimes
right,
in life
correct?
it's not always
Okay.
about, you know,
Oh fuck! I fell again.
it's
Alright,
okay. You
that
got
one just
this.
needs a burrito on the far right there. Here, wait, let me grab it.
Oh jeez, I added too much to one. Oh,
No! They get us.
The fat burrito.
I'm
Can I have- can
slagging.
I have more? Oh wait, I have rice. I'm stupid. Sorry.
Alright,
Oh, I fell.
We have
Rip.
plates right here.
yeah, we need finished rice.
Macho.
Oh shit!
Macho.
Which one? I think you're green, right?
Sorry. Yeah, I'm lagging a little bit. I'm sorry.
Oh.
I really can't pick anything up. Please let me pick something up.
Oh no!
Did I do it?
Oh no,
actually,
you're
yeah,
just
no,
standing in the corner. No, you're standing in the corner.
What does this need? Oh, it needs a burrito right now. Oh, you got it, Frost?
Wait,
Oh,
I can't pick anything up. Wait.
No, you're You're not doing anything.
No, yeah. I
Where are the
can't pick it
plates?
up.
Yeah, where are the dirty plates?
They dirty plate. Oh fuck! They spawn next to the
Oh,
serve
sorry.
in on the top right.
Okay. Wait. What?
No.
All right, I'm just like a little lost
I'm
myself
so
here.
sorry.
Oh, there you go. You got a hero.
Yes.
Yes, we finally
is
completed
right?
Nord. what happened? The ultimate rice.
That's what we like to see. See, Macho, I like your attitude.
No.
You guys see it, right?
Yeah, we saw it. We saw it.
I saw the ultimate rice.
We saw Big Rice at its finest.
Big
Wait,
rice.
Macho, no!
All right, as soon as this rice is
Macho, I think you
done.
might be better at chopping right now.
Yeah, I'll just take the chopping. I'm so sorry. Wait. When will I be done?
Oh, you, Hero!
I'm sorry.
Was that, oh, that was
No,
Nate?
that was me. That was me. Oh, we got a lot of chicken cooking right now.
This just needs a burrito.
Yeah, we need burrito wrappers. Yeah.
That's the
I'm
easy
not
one,
gonna cross
thankfully.
anymore, I'm sorry, guys.
No, you're
we have two
good. I don't-
chicken, We have one meat. I need one chicken and one meat.
That's how
All
I
right,
feel
so
about
this is
about
this
the
one needs a burrito
situation.
wrapper over here on
Those
the
ones
right.
on the
That's it.
bottom are done. Like, they were like sizzling done.
Yeah. All right. Let's do that again.
Mine is 120.
Everyone's so sad.
I am so sorry.
No.
No,
There's
it's
nothing to be
all
sorry.
right.
It's just a game. It's just a game, man.
What are you sorry about? You got the mother of all rice.
You got the big rice. That was
Rice.
amazing. Oh, stretch.
Yep, stretch. Wait, do we all just stretch
Yep,
at the
stretch.
same time?
I
did
did
or
stretch.
did?
Wow, that's
I just
crazy.
started- That's crazy, man.
Okay.
Well, bruh,
Pass
that's.
me
Oh.
2 steaks, please.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I know.
All right, I will cook some meats if you throw them at me.
I need one more steak, please.
Sure.
Okay.
Hoi.
Thank you.
Now here I'm sorry.
These,
I'm trying to figure out my place in this
these
crazy
plates down
world.
here are kind of done, so.
All right.
No, give it to me. I'll take it.
I have what? All right, yeah. So these just need rice and burritos, and then they're good to go.
These need. Oh,
Yeah.
Rice?
Just you can leave the plate of rice over here.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Oh. So I'll make plates of rice, I guess.
Sure.
Because
Okay, this
everything
one.
needs rice.
Oh, I fell. That one.
I'm dying.
That one's ready to
I
go
need
right
more
there,
steak,
hero. That
please.
one on the left.
I got it.
Okay, thanks.
I have a plate of rice right here. We just need burritos.
Yeah.
All right, so this chicken is good.
I'm just waiting on the.
Oh, I need the
dishes.
burrito for that. What the hecky?
Oh, here, I can ship burritos over.
Can
Oh,
I
thank you.
have a wait? So we have a chicken cooking, a chicken. May I have a steak, please, chopped up?
Yeah. Hold on.
Here's another rice plate.
Another chicken. Okay. Oh my god, I can actually lift things.
Wait, hold on. Does
I'm
this
holding.
work?
Thank you, thank you.
Ah!
You're welcome.
It does work.
Oh, nice. Thank you, thank you. All right, yeah, we're good here. Oh, let me grab my frying pan back.
I gotta get some more rice.
We have 2 plates.
Oh, never mind. I got the rice.
Yeah.
Wait, Hero.
Sorry, so sorry.
What? Oh, my bad. Sorry, I
Wait,
didn't.
yeah, let me just.
I didn't think
okay,
about life.
These just
Rice,
need
yeah.
some burritos.
Ah!
2 of these just need burritos right now. Here, let me. I got it.
Oh, Wait, is there
Okay.
a plate with just rice right there?
Yeah.
Where'd it
That's what
go?
I've been making. I've just been making
Yeah.
rice plates.
Oh no.
Here you go. I have it.
Wait, why'd you say oh no like that? I'm
Because
scared.
I
Hey,
I
excuse me.
I saw you saw nothing.
Wait, I need a.
Wait, could you combine that? Oh, that's a chicken and meat. I saw what you did.
No, you saw
Oh.
nothing. You saw nothing, please.
You saw nothing.
You saw nothing.
Oh, good throw.
Please.
All right.
Oh, I just
Actually, that's a good
Yeah.
place to put the taco
Yeah, may I
shells or
have a
whatever.
chicken, please?
Bruh.
All right, we got lots of chicken cooking right now. Here, this here, hero. Oh wait, there you go. Oh, never mind.
All
Oh
right.
shit.
Whatever works.
Sorry. We have a plate of cooked rice right here.
Yeah, but this one just needs rice right here.
Yeah, you can just put the rice.
You
in
just
there.
combine these two, and
Yeah.
oh,
there you
okay,
go.
that works.
Oh,
Well,
Oh fuck.
I don't think we got it this time either.
Oh, we did.
no, we did.
No,
We
we
did.
did it,
We did.
we
We did. We're
did
good. We're good.
it.
We're good.
We did it.
Okay, okay. Do we want to try
Okay.
to? Wait, I accidentally pressed restart.
Frost is like high score.
Guys, we can. Is there a way to quit? Wait, hold on.
Macho is
Frost
out.
just left. Oh,
Macho said it's 8
Wow.
o'clock rolls
Oh,
around. It is
Macho's-
time to go.
Oh no, Macho's going through it.
Oh,
hear it in
I
the
know.
circle.
I know. Her internet.
Got the
Oh, uh-oh.
tip.
I feel bad. Her internet.
oh no! I just thought it was because it was at 8 o'clock and there she
Yeah,
was
I
like,
know.
I gotta clock out.
Hey, that was a hard deadline.
Yeah, 8 o'clock. I'm outie.
Audi R8. So we have to go here to
So
this one?
yeah, so on 2-2, I guess we didn't do that well. We need a 5 times.
Oh no,
tip
we did. We
combo.
did not do.
Oh
that
yeah, we did
well.
not do super great on this one. I remember.
I think this is the one where I just kept chucking stuff.
Yes.
Oh, this is the one I kept laughing.
That was so fun. So fun. Do we want to wait for a Macho or?
Please see if she reconnects.
Yeah.
Macho, come back. I was just a
Macho,
fool.
come
You
back.
see.
Macho, come back to me. Macho, come back. Oh, Macho.
Macho's
come...
Wi-Fi's out.
Is out. Oh no.
All right, we
Oh.
got this.
Are we doing? Oh, we're doing things. We're gaming.
I guess we're gaming.
We're gaming.
Hello?
Macho, you're back,
Hello?
please.
Hello?
I'm
Is it-
sorry.
Hello?
is it-
I didn't mean to.
God. Yeah, my.
No, I cannot forgive you. Not ever, not in this life.
No.
Oh, but.
Hey, we need a few meats over there. Oh no. Oh, I should have stayed in my lane.
Wait, hold on. I'm so confused. I am confusion. I understand now.
We need Macho. we need
Oh wait,
Macho.
you need 3 things for these?
Yeah.
Uh,
It's shrimp, fish, and pasta.
We need Macho.
Oh no!
We need Macho,
it's
please.
somehow exited out of the level.
Oh,
ow,
no.
ow.
It's like magically we're gonna gain Macho back.
Yeah. How do I invite her? It's just Shift Tab, right?
Should be, yeah.
Yeah. Overcooked. Wait, hold on. Macho, are you in Overcooked right now?
I can't
Is
hear Macho.
back? I can't
I
hear Macho
cannot-
either.
I cannot.
Macho.
Macho's reactive is moving, but
Yeah.
oh no.
Oh no.
Macho says I can't boot up the game. Sad face.
Oh no.
And it keeps
No.
disconnecting me. Ooh woo. Wait, oh, not ooh woo.
Ooh. Ooh woo.
There we go. Ooh woo. There we go. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh new? What does that mean?
Ooh, no.
Oh, Q
Wait,
new
oh, no.
Q? Q
QQ.
Q
This is crying.
Yeah,
Q?
crying face.
I'm
The Q's are eyes that are crying.
Oh
Q, not
no.
Q.
Macho's Wi-Fi said 8 o'clock. Time to clock out.
So, what are you guys are planning to do after this? Since
Pack.
pack?
I mean, I have nothing planned. My plan was overcooked. I have
Yeah, 'cause-
no plans.
Yeah, I could. If this is where we want to call it for Overcooked, I'm still down to stream for a little bit longer.
Same.
We're
You guys,
filming.
if you guys want to play a game, the two of you, I'll happily watch while while I pack.
While comforting Macho.
I put laundry in before the stream started. I need to go put that in the dryer.
Oh
Oh
no.
no!
But anywho,
Wait, did
Oh.
it connect me?
oh
you're
hello.
back?
Hello, Macho.
Hello?
Is it okay? Okay, hello? Hello?
Hello?
You shouldn't have blessed
Hello
down.
from the void?
Shouldn't have bust down.
The blessing down said 8 o'clock only. Done.
8 o'clock on the dot. Macho said a time. Wi-Fi says I abide by the time.
Yeah, it's not even my Wi-Fi. It's my
Look,
neighbor's
yeah, welcome
Wi-Fi.
in.
My actual Wi-Fi doesn't reach my room.
Wait,
Oh, and I'm guessing like you can't like get like an
Macho
Ethernet
stealing
cable or
Wi-Fi
anything?
confirmed?
Yeah,
Oh.
my no, like our friend lives upstairs and he just gave us access to their Wi-Fi.
Oh, so you don't have to pay
but
for
because,
like
it
your
doesn't
own.
reach my room.
Well, no,
it's
Macho
like, we've
pays
been
for the
trying to
Wi-Fi.
get extenders. Yeah, we pay for the Wi-Fi, but only for like the first part of the apartment because it doesn't reach our rooms.
Wait. Eh? But like,
Yeah,
what
it's
about like,
what was it?
would like an Ethernet
Our
cable like be able to extend?
I
like, so you have a
can't,
wired
it's
connection?
literally
It's like
all-
across
so-
the apartment. It's an Ethernet cable
Yeah.
is not feasible.
You had like a
yeah,
50-yard
you have to go
Ethernet
through so
cable.
many doors. It's not even like that's not.
It's
even
not. It's not. It's
literally,
also not
like-
possible when you have a cat.
Yeah.
Oh,
imagine
yeah, I don't
you
have a pet.
like, yeah, imagine like the C shape, right?
Sorry,
it's literally
Cheesesteak,
at
you
the
gotta
top
go.
right. It's the top right of the C, and my room is like the bottom left. If you
Oh, okay.
do-
Wait,
Yeah,
a C or an
it's
S?
so like a C.
Oh, okay.
C
A
is
really
for cookie.
tall
Between
C.
all of that,
Yeah.
Yeah, but between all of that is like literally the hallway kind of like outside. So we have a lot of walls in between and we have what is it, like bathrooms in between our rooms and the Ethernet so it doesn't reach. It's so sad.
Rip.
I know. We've been trying to figure out like a Wi-Fi solution. Literally my stream is set up already. I just can't stream because of my Wi-Fi.
Oh no! So like you're
Sad.
ready to come back.
Yeah, I was ready and I was like, oh, I'm gonna come back once I move, but I've just been like staring at it. It's
Oh, if you
okay.
guys didn't know,
Mom
Macho has put work into her like overlay and stuff.
I know.
Like a lot of work. So you guys should be
Did
excited.
we
for
get
when
a
Macho
sneak
comes back.
peek? A sneak peek there?
I also have a theme song.
You have a
You
theme
have a
song?
theme
had a-
song?
I had a song.
Yeah.
You had a song made for you for
Yeah.
like intros and stuff?
Hmm.
Yeah, I had a song made. and
What the
everything,
heck?
It's so lovely.
But,
But
yeah,
you
I had a
can't
song
stream.
made. I redid my model. I got new overlays. I made myself a stinger. I can't even use it.
A what?
A stinger.
What's
I
a
made myself
stinger?
a stinger. The transitions.
Yeah.
It's like a thing to
Oh.
transition.
Yeah, I made myself a stinger. And I can't use it.
Sorry, I'm just running over the unbread right now.
Now it's good. Where's the squelchies?
Oh.
Do your shit.
Oh,
A little gargle action.
In November? In November?
Hang on, I got you.
Alright, but here's like I don't know, like some this thing here. Here's like some of the stuff.
Oh, we're...
It's so pretty.
Wait,
I'm not gonna cry. I love the cherry blossoms.
Right?
I'm not a sucker
Oh,
for
yeah,
cherry
yeah,
blossoms
yeah,
at all.
It's so pretty. Do you want us to keep this under wraps or?
Oh, I'm not showing this.
Yeah.
I'm not showing it on stream. No.
Wait,
Yeah, just keep it under wraps for now.
wait,
You can
that's
see the
such a
little
good
spinner in there.
transition.
Yeah.
That's so
I made friends with
professional. Can I
someone.
calm you
I
for
made friends
one?
with someone. They like. No. I commissioned the person who like made mine and Nate's Discord icon for the chibi, and then I animated it.
How does I get one?
Well,
It's
see,
pretty easy.
Well, you see.
I have to.
you
know
gotta
some people that know
commission
some people.
someone.
But thankfully, I know some people that know some people, right?
I mean,
Yeah, true.
Wink, nudge, nudge.
Also, you guys are probably going to hate me, but this entire time, my mouse has just been smack dab in the middle of stream. It's just not gone away.
Oh,
Wow, the whole time.
Actual- Actual perfection.
I didn't
beautiful.
point it out, so I want to see if anybody in chat said anything. But no, it's just been there, and now everybody sees it.
It's definitely chat being like, oh, you know what? We can't tell Frost. We can't tell Frost he's fucking up.
Oh, you.
Yeah, the bus can dash. You just found that out?
Yeah, let's go.
Yo, is that when you're drawing? That's sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the drawing stuff's pretty sick. So right now we're not cooking anything, Mukia. We had some connectivity issues, so right now we're fawning over Macho.
Yo, on God though, Macho, you should like
Okay.
if you let me know who did the BMGs, that way I can maybe possibly talk about get my own theme song.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. I'll talk to them.
Oh,
They have spots
oh.
open. They're usually pretty busy. Actually, wait, I
Also,
think I have like the sample of the BMG.
Mukia, would you mind if I plugged you here a little bit? Because Mukia is actually going to be trying to make me some music
Ooh.
in chat. What? Why? Because you are a good person.
Is it?
Can I unpress the button? I guess I can.
Oh,
unpress the
God.
button.
So much stuff, please.
Oh, jeez. That's one thing I'm not excited about if I ever go 2D.
Well, I mean,
okay.
there's one for 3D too.
Is there?
Yeah.
Macho, would it work for the program that it
Yeah, there's
used?
one for 3D. No.
Yeah, that's like what I thought. Like it wouldn't work with like mine. Nate, thank
Yeah,
you for
no,
shouting
that
out
one's
Mukia.
like-
You're welcome.
Got him.
But yeah,
Hell yeah.
Mukia is in the server. So if you ever want to like just, I'm pretty sure like they'll respond to like some ads if you are interested in procuring some music.
Mm.
It's like a lot of really chill stuff too. At least for me, because I don't know, I have like more laid back vibes.
Right.
Even though I feel like.
I feel like the.
Go ahead.
Oh no. Go ahead. I was
Yeah, no,
I
go
was-
ahead. Wait, what?
Yeah. Hero, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I feel like, when it comes to music, it has to be based on the person's personality. And, if you're laid back, you're more laid back. But if you're more hyper, you go, brr, 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 brr,
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%.
It's the-
The thing is with I think with laid back streamers, I don't see many. Well, I guess I just don't consume many laid back streamers.
Why would you want to consume them? That's weird.
Their
It's like how Macho
content,
asked
their
me if I'm
content.
edible. What is happening right now?
I don't really consume their content too much. I'm more like more hype streamers, I guess. Like I guess I really only watch Ludwig. Right?
Wait, wow. You only watch Ludwig?
Ludwig.
You
I
don't
guess
watch
I
Hero
watched, a
Senpai
little bit
TV?
of-
That's insanity.
I'm sorry.
This
just
is
Hero
baloney.
Hero
I-
19X got it on.
Oh, I hate that guy. That guy was stinky all the way around.
Hero.
Yes.
Yeah, hello?
Burrito me.
We've upgraded from Hero 19. It's Hero Senpai.
It's
now.
Hero Senpai now.
Yeah.
Whoever says Hero 19X was the best gets eaten or something. I don't know.
If you don't mind me asking, what was the reason behind the name switch?
I've been Hero 19X for over 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Well, not
So
20
it's
years.
like-
That's over exaggeration. That's like 15 to 12 years.
I'm
Now
hiding.
he's a superhero.
And it's just like, you know, it's easier to say Hero Senpai than Hero 19X. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like when I went to PAX and stuff, like I just like it. I mean, I had business cards, but like, I don't know. I just, it's easier for someone to remember Hero Senpai.
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm the
there's
first thing
better
that pops up when you
branding.
type in
And
Hero
also,
Senpai,
like, the
so.
HS.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
the
actually
HS
huge
is
when you're
nice,
the
too.
hero. Oh, HS for the logo. Yeah.
Yeah,
I will
HS
say
looks
that
nice.
being like the first person that like pops up when you Vamp, hello. Being the first person that pops up when you search is really good, because I know what Nate you kind of struggle with that with like all the other Nates out there. Nate dogs. Hello.
Oh yeah, isn't like Nate Dogg? He's probably like swapping out his.
Oh, yeah, his laundry.
Probably mess with him. Oh,
Did you know
oh,
that
did he
Nate Dogg?
disconnect? Did I pass on my curse?
No. He's probably going to get his laundry
No,
That
he's
he-
typing in your streaming chat.
in my streaming chat.
Oh wow, hang on. That
Oh, in Discord.
well, I don't.
It's probably away from
It's a
Mike, right?
curfew.
My everything just crashed. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
That's a bit Yankees. Hero, you
Wait,
and me
this
are.
is actually kind of like funny though. He's like, his model's just like standing still.
Is it on his stream? Hold on, let me go.
Who's? Yeah.
Yo,
Wait,
what's
who's
up? No
next?
thanks.
Who's
Welcome
next?
back.
It's one of
Who's
you two.
next?
Oh no, he finally
Nate.
crashed. Oh no.
No,
No,
I
he finally
wanted.
crashed before he was like stationary.
No, I wanted to pull him up on my
Oh,
stream.
no. He is fucking dead. I can call him.
I can't believe it.
Bring him back.
If I search Hero Senpai in Google, what is this? Hero Senpai Senpai Club Wiki fandom. Hero Senpai is a former member of the Senpai Club and the Deuteronomy
Former?
Deuteragonist of the series. What's a Deuteragonist?
I don't know what you're talking. When I type in Hero Senpai, the
Did
first thing that pops
you-
up is Hero Senpai Slime Tuber on Twitter. What is happening? What is your Google situated as?
Wait, no, like, hold on. I'll
Did you
pull
space
up
it?
on... Yes, I did put a
Oh,
space.
well, I didn't space it.
Wait, hold on. It's up on my stream right now. Cool and handsome, the Senpai Club. But you do show up on like some of the first Google images. And it's
Some of the
your-
first Google images. Can you screenshot that for me? Can you put it in streaming? I want to see.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want to see that.
It's only one picture.
No, it's two. It's two from me.
It's just you made it seem like there's so many of me here, but I only see one.
There's two.
I don't
Look,
believe this,
1, 2.
Bologna. Oh
Look,
wow,
if I go
there's
over to-
two.
That's two, yeah, there's two. And
All
that's
right.
your branding. Those are your new colors.
That is true.
Yeah.
That means your rebrand work, yeah.
But what is a Deuteragonist?
Congratulations.
I try.
Deuteragonist is also equivalent to a deuterino.
What does that mean?
Deuterino. Hero Senpai is Deuterino in my book.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know what it means.
Deuteragonist, it's a dude protagonist, a deuteragonist.
Oh wow,
No,
I want to be a.
DEU.
No, don't worry about it. Dude protagonist, deuteragonist. Welcome back, Nate.
The person second in importance to the protagonist.
Is it
So-
Deuteronomist?
Yeah, so protag
really?
number one.
Wait, I'm a
and
pro
Deuteragonist.
tag.
So
Listen,
he's
Nah,
like,
you're
yeah,
second
heroes are
place.
first.
get out of here. I'm a
No,
pro
no,
tag.
No. You used to be a pro tag, and then you left the senpai club. So now
Yeah.
you're like.
Is
the
this
lone
my lord
Avenger.
now?
Is this
Yeah,
my
lord.
lord?
I don't know what the senpai club is.
I don't know what it is, but there were two. I'm too big for them.
Oh, hey, are you back?
Yeah, you're too big.
Sort
You grew
of.
too large. Oh,
Oh, are you on your phone right now?
No, my computer turned back on.
Oh,
I-
okay.
No, we're
Right
just in
now,
Nate's
we're
laundry
just
room.
like,
searching. Oh yeah, and next is Twitter, and then DeviantArt, Senpai Hero, Hobbyist. I'm scared. Have you guys seen the new DeviantArt guidelines? I'm scared to go on DeviantArt now on
Oh yeah,
stream.
DA sucks now. I have to like disable my my
They brought back the 18+ content.
Wait, what's up?
What? Inflation back on DeviantArt?
Oh my god.
Wait, hold on. Macho, you can't. That's a tag for your private time. Private time.
Oh shit, my Macho Peanut account is still like on DA.
Not the
That's crazy.
peanut butter. Wait, can
Not the
dogs?
peanut.
Dogs can eat peanut butter. They can't eat chocolate.
Dogs can eat peanut butter. Yeah.
The reason
Yeah.
why it's funny for them is because they'll keep smacking their jowls.
Yeah, they also can't eat grapes.
They can't eat
True.
grapes. Why
True.
grapes?
Not- grapes are toxic to dogs.
Oh wait, hold
Yeah.
on. This is. I'm showing some behind the scenes stuff.
Oh my
that's the-
god.
So when I roll
sneak
credits, that's the page that I go to. A little bit of behind the scenes. So yeah, do we just do you want to switch over to a different game, or what are you feeling? What is everyone feeling?
I'm probably gonna pop
Yeah.
off because I'm on my data on my phone.
Okay, pop off.
I will.
Pop
Yeah,
off, pop
Macho
off.
Macho
off
told me
as
they're
well.
playing forever,
Yeah.
and,
My-
and also Nate said that he's not leaving, so it's okay.
Okay,
Right.
okay.
Right. It's not like I enjoyed my time or anything, and I wanted to consume more time.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
Oh, that
Papa.
was so fun.
Rare tsundere hero.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you guys can go if you want. I'm sorry.
Hero soon.
I'm sorry.
You said you're the pro
Hero
tag,
I-
but
I
you're
am-
the love interest.
It's like a dream daddy.
You just
Oh my
He
god.
has a baby, so it is dream daddy.
Oh my
Could you
god.
be the main character then? Oh, or
Wait.
all three of you guys romanceable.
Oh,
On God?
Romanceable characters?
Maybe.
Who's who?
tune in next time Dragon Ball Z and find out.
Wow.
Just play the game, idiot.
Yeah,
Then you can find out who plays which character.
yeah. Honestly, have you
Question
played Dream
answer.
Daddy on stream?
No.
I think that's something that would be nice. Like either you, Macho, or like anybody here. If you get like a couple friends to voice certain characters, and you just
No, the perfect one is it's either Dream Daddy if everyone has deeper voices, but if you have like a good I guess like amalgamation of like friendly voices, you could play Nekopata, the boy one.
I was just about to
Nekopata?
say that. Yeah,
I think,
Nekopata made a male version of Nekopata. God, Mustard was very close to organizing something with me like a while back, with Mustard and some of his friends about doing a Nekopata playthrough.
Yeah, Nate would be so good for the show.
Wow. Macho return stream Nekopata where
There's a lot of Nekopatas here. What the hecky?
there's
there's
a
so
lot.
many.
I think
Maybe
there-
like what
I
5?
think there's
They're just
4 or
the female
5.
cats.
Yeah.
Because like each game features like 2 of the main cat family.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have to get like most of them
Oh,
are
wait.
guys, but the free one is guys.
Nekopata Catboy's Paradise.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's for
okay.
free.
I'll just add
You
that
boot
to
it
my
up
cart
right
and
now.
save that for later.
Yeah.
Yeah, get Nate to voice the show.
You really want to see that, don't you?
His voice is so good.
He got so quiet. But yeah, Hero, what do you want to play?
I don't know.
Yeah, I really don't know. We could.
Oh, you know.
You guys could do
Oh.
2-player Overcooked. You get more time. You
Do
get
we?
a lot more time. Yeah, that's what Nate and I usually play.
Yeah.
Wait, Oh yeah, Nate's already gone. I forgot about that.
On? Oh yeah, I'm not in the game
Yeah,
anymore.
we both disconnected.
Oh no, I accidentally closed the game
Forcibly.
out. Oh jeez.
Oh no.
Oh
Oh,
no.
jeepers, jinkies.
Oh jeez.
Wait, okay, so how do I save?
I
think it
think
auto-saves.
it does
Does it
automatically.
auto-save?
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay.
Wait for Hero. I have a question.
Oh.
For your redeem hydrate the hero, do they just stick like a hose in you and you just get bigger?
Oh my god.
It's like an air pump.
Yeah.
It's a different type of inflation. No?
I mean,
Is it?
Is it?
Hero-flation.
Hero?
they just throw water bottles at me, but I mean that's a good Macho, you have good ideas. You think outside the box.
It's a
Thanks,
gift
I was
and a
on,
curse.
I was on DA when it was going down, so I knew what was going on.
No.
Aw,
Say
stop.
so stream. Say so stream.
No, I'm trying to imagine it. I feel like for frost hydrates, they just like pile them up with snowballs.
Yo,
Get my
that
level
would be
cubes.
that would be a really good redeem. Just throw a
Yeah, right.
snowball at you every time you get a hydrate. That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah, right. Just a snowball or snow falls on him.
Yo,
He
that's
just
sick.
turns into a snowman. I don't
Inflation
know.
is good for the economy because of how much people spend to comment.
That's true.
To comment. Huh?
Do you remember the white bread guy?
The what?
Like it's very niche.
I know
like,
the
the
Michelin
inflation
Man.
stuff. No, there's a guy who only drew you can request like any character and he would only draw them like going through the store buying white bread. Specifically Wonder Bread.
Oh no,
Wonder
I know
Bread's
of
overrated.
what is it? It's not Cooters. The Cooters guy.
What?
Wait,
Cooters. It's like Hooters, but like VTubers.
Yeah, kind of. I thought you were talking about the Dojin Pooters.
All right, I think I've had my fill of
What is
Overcooked and
happening?
just driving around for. I've been driving around for like 30 minutes. Not
Wait,
stop.
wait. Here. Okay, go into streamer's chat. But basically, you can request any character,
Oh yeah, it is Tice.
and he will draw them. Buying Wonder Bread.
Okay, let's see if I can pull this up on stream. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
His name was Murlogic1, MURR Logic.
So he can make me buying bread.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I don't
That's
know- I
a
don't know
lot
if he's
of
still
different
around.
styles too. Like it's not
He
just
was,
like these characters in his style.
Yeah, he even has like a Know Your Meme page.
Here it is, chat. Here it is. Bringing it up.
See?
Who's the person on the top left?
That's my
Sale.
dad.
That's my
That's my dad. That's my dad, of course. There is a
He
lot
said
of.
he was gonna go out and buy Wonder Bread.
He said we won't
Your
buy some.
bread.
Let's go get some milk, but say he came back with bread.
Why is it $500? That's so expensive.
What do you?
Are you kidding? It's on sale.
It's on
What do you
sale.
mean it's on sale?
It's
That's
on
not
sale. Come on, man. It's
In
on
one
a
of these photos,
sale.
it literally goes from 400 to 500. That's not a sale.
It's a sale in
only
my
on-
heart and in my mind for Wonder Bread.
Only for Wonder Bread.
Listen.
I'll stick to my white bread.
Wait,
At
but Wonder
500,
Bread is
that's a
white bread. What
steal?
the heck
Yeah,
do you
wait,
mean?
Wonder Bread? Yeah.
Wait,
What
So
the
why is
heck
it
do
called
you
Wonder
mean?
Bread?
Wonder Bread is white.
Yeah, it's the classic.
It's
It is like the white bread.
yeah, it's like the whitest
Yeah,
bread
the-
you could ever get.
The brand.
It's the
Yeah.
but it's
I
overpriced
don't
white
think-
bread.
huh?
Yeah, they only
I-
they
I
give you a
don't think
lot
I
of
get
slices,
Wonder
but they're
Bread.
like paper thin. Like you might as well eat paper.
True. I try putting
Yeah,
some
it's all about the artisan.
some
Listen,
peanut butter on it. and
I
it just
don't
got
pay
over my
attention to
hand.
bread bands. Okay.
You don't
bread-
pay attention to bread brands? What
Frost,
do you
what do you buy? What is this?
Wait, I thought I turned off.
If you don't pay attention to bread, would you just close your eyes and grab one? This is insanity.
Devon.
Bro,
Yeah, right.
I literally make sure I get
He just goes in and he's just like
So,
pay
no.
attention to bread.
the
bread.
last-
Like it's just like a
the la-
fucking roulette.
Oh my god.
So,
I don't want paper bread, bro.
I have the best food takes, and I will say this now: the last time I
You
bought
threw
bread.
away your chicken
Oh,
masala.
hold on.
I'll never forget.
We're
I'll
getting to
never
that.
forgive.
Shush.
I'll never forgive.
We last time I bought bread, I forgot that I had it, and like 3 or 4 months later, I was like, oh, I could use some bread right now. So I take it and I eat it, and I'm like, huh, this tastes funny. And I look down and it's
Oh
just a green mold everywhere.
no!
And
How'd
I
you not
like,
notice it when you first grabbed it?
I
it's
wasn't
like-
I wasn't paying
You see,
attention.
no, because exactly what Hero said. He closed his eyes and just agreed.
Listen, I'm out here. People think I don't know what I'm talking about, but I know what I'm talking about, man. Sometimes I
Hero's
just
like, I'm a
talk just to talk,
slime.
but I knew what I'm talking about.
Hold on, let me just move on over
But
to
it's literally
chatting.
just like, but the blue stuff makes it tasty.
Stop.
The blue stuff. Wait, blue?
Oh, I can't believe this.
I don't know if I just see 1 or 2 spots. I'm like, it's okay. I'll just eat it.
Stop.
Macho, you're
Wait.
insane. You're literally like my wife. She has a stomach that's made of iron. This is insanity. As soon as I
No,
see
like-
any spot, it's gone.
See,
Oh,
the
no,
problem
dude.
with
Ow,
Macho is that she
because-
doesn't have a stomach of iron.
Yeah, my stomach's made out of Play-Doh, dude.
But you still do it.
Yes, that's
You're
the
wild.
problem.
You're
Have you ever
wild.
thrown up from the bread?
What?
Have you ever thrown up from it?
No. But I grew up in a household where my mom was like, I don't know if this is good. Can you taste it? And I'm like,
Oh
sure. So I
my
actually can't tell
god!
apart.
Would
I
you
can't
your
tell
child
apart,
to taste it? Oh my
yeah.
Lanta.
It's
I
like
can't
a
tell
key.
apart like stale food, like stale chips and stuff. I'll still eat it.
Oh my god.
So like, hold on. Would you?
Stale chips, Macho.
So this is
Oh
kind of
my
off
God.
topic, but if somebody
Stale
came
Cheetos
to
are
you
the best.
and offered you a job to be like a taste tester for someone, like testing their food if it was poisoned, would you do it? And how much would you have to
Yes.
be paid to do it?
That was instant. We didn't even ask. Didn't even know the price yet, Macho.
Your
Calm
You
down.
your
get paid
job
for
is
eating
to
poison?
eat.
You
Dude, all they have to do is just give me milk.
I mean, you're not wrong. On top of that, like I drink a little bit of milk in me, and I'm in the bathroom for hours.
wait.
Yeah, me
have-
too. Dude, we have
Hero,
to
Hero.
pay more to not poison ourselves. So like eating a little poison's no problem.
Yeah, I mean,
Do it for free.
I
No,
wonder
I'm
if they'll
kidding.
cover funeral costs.
A bazillion trillion million.
It has to be in
Hero,
your
have-
contract.
Have you ever
Yeah.
mixed milk with any other drinks or beverages?
Oh yeah, I have milk. I have
Yeah.
protein shakes, and I would mix milk with it, and that's how I knew I was lactose intolerant because I was on stream drinking a protein shake, and then I was literally half my
no.
stream was me in the bathroom.
Oh no.
I was talking more like pilk and stuff, but oh no, that
More,
sounds awful.
wait, more like
No, no.
what?
Pilk and like
Pilk,
Mountain
like
Milk.
Pepsi milk,
Are you
which
okay?
isn't that bad. It's like an,
What are you
it's like a
talking
different
about?
version
What
of,
is
like,
that?
root beer
Yeah,
float,
you've never
like
heard
where you
of
put the
pilk?
cream in it.
What is
You've never-
no? What are you saying? What words is that?
It's
It's
pilk.
Pepsi milk.
Pepsi milk. You mix Pepsi with your milk,
Wait,
or you can
wait.
get
Yeah.
Mountain Milk, and you can take Mountain Dew and mix it in your milk.
Yeah.
I do
It's
not
just like
recommend
an
Mountain
advanced
Dew.
version of a.
I
it's just,
don't.
Oh yeah, because like I guess the citrus in it would make it churny.
Wait,
But like,
So
Wait,
yeah,
it's
what
like
happened?
it's like root beer floats. You know.
no,
Yeah, because
I
ice
don't
cream
know.
is just like
I'm never.
milk.
No, what? Wait, so
Like a
you're
root
telling
beer,
me that
you
you
put ice
literally
cream?
put milk in your soda and it tastes like a root beer float?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
I'm sorry. Hang
But I
on.
don't really drink milk, and I don't really drink soda.
So have you tried it with almond
Serious.
milk? Have you tried it with oat milk? You can't. Have you tried it with lactose-free
Oh,
milk?
you know what? You probably can make mountain milk with like almond milk or like a milk substitute.
So like the thing
Mountain
is
what?
with
It
What
won't-
words are
it
you
won't
saying
get,
again?
like-
These
when I
words
did
are.
Mountain Milk, it was fine going down, just setting in my stomach. It didn't like it. threw up.
I don't understand what's happening right now, Nate. My brain is just going a mile a
so
minute.
like think of it as like the like kind of I think bitterness and the lingering of milk, but going down as like a little bit of like citrus, like like a little bit of
citrus
fruitiness.
note.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
melted.
It
milk
honestly
ice cream.
tasted really good going down.
Yeah.
Rai says Nate Macho Frost. I love you guys.
Love you.
Oh, I'm sorry. What? Mwah. That's what he did.
What? Nate's in kissing range.
Nate's in kissing range?
Oh, I heard.
On Hero Stream, the only one I'm not in kissing range of is Frost.
Yeah, Frost isn't on kissing range. That's why he's pouting.
Am I?
No, I'm pouting because you guys are literally talking about something that my mind is being blown. I have no. You're saying words that are confusing me. Mountain whatever, and then what words? Huh? Mountain what? Dilf?
Mountain Dill.
What is that? What?
Well,
Words?
Mountains of Dill?
I'm really confused.
I'm not
Dill.
rejecting that one.
I mean,
What is
I have
happening?
Some art.
Please.
Where
I love how now everyone's coming out. Please, I'm to listen, please. I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah, everyone's talking about it.
I don't even know what mountain whatever is, man. Please, I just want to live my life.
Not allowed.
Wait,
Not
but
a-
like what is it? You know, my college food of choice was. Do you know Tasty Cakes?
No.
I do not.
Oh damn, they're
What's up,
they're like
Mira? How you
Hostess,
doing?
But not. It's like off-brand Hostess
Oh boy.
brand stuff, like like Twinkies, Double Dogs, stuff like that.
Oh, okay, okay.
I had a friend whose dad drove the Tasty Cake truck, so we called him the Tasty Man.
Oh my god.
So like
Please.
he used to give us like kind of like the past expired but still good Tasty Cake
Ooh.
stuff.
Ma, how you
So I
doing?
used to like that's when I super worked out, and during my one cheat day I would like take 2 boxes of any of those Tasty Cakes, open all of them, just dump it in a bowl with milk and like mash it up and then just
Wait.
like slurp it.
Wait, what?
Oh my
Macho,
god.
what
like-
sins
I'll
are you
make, like,
confessing to here?
It's not that many cents. It was pretty good. It was like a smoothie.
Listen,
but in the
I'm-
middle.
Oh my
I'm really confused
God.
right now because Ma is telling me you guys are all full of lies.
No, don't.
Ma
Don't
is
believe
telling me that
lies.
you're trying to tell me that Pepsi and milk taste delicious. Then I'm gonna get off stream and try it, and it's gonna taste like
No.
absolute ass.
It's
Pepsi
not
and milk is
delicious,
No,
not
it's
bad.
pretty good. It's pretty good.
I wouldn't say delicious, but it's tolerable.
Yeah, it's not bad. It just hurts the tummy in the end.
Everything
not
hurts
sure
your
if it was
tummy.
That
because-
sounds terrible. It's what is it tastes good going down, but then once it settles for a little bit, it's done. So what's wrong with
Once-
you?
It's good going down, but once you just kind of like, sit. Maybe actually no, it's probably a bad idea to like run right after. To, like, shake it
Run.
off.
You need
It's
to
like a
run
fucking
after drinking
blender.
milk?
Yeah.
Dying.
Go to
What
run
is
after
wrong
milk.
with you? Oh my
Dude,
god!
you're like a pilgrim.
Every day, Macho wakes up and has Pepsi.
Every day I fuck up my stomach.
Goes for a run and then instantly
Yeah.
goes poop poop.
Every morning I still wake up.
I can't. Oh, there's a tear rolling down my cheek.
Like literally just doing this and then like ending up on the toilet at the end of the day being like, what did I do wrong?
Where did I go wrong?
I mean, like, it can't be worse than alcohol.
That's
What?
true.
What do you mean? At least I feel something, and it's good for a little bit until I wake up the next day.
That's
See?
true.
But I mean, you do
Well,
feel
it's the same thing with
something, and
milk.
I mean, I could just drink water
Yeah.
before I go to bed, and then you're Gucci the next morning. So I mean,
But you could drink water like after you drink pilk and you'll be fine.
yeah.
all right,
both gonna
no,
throw
listen,
up
you
in the
can't,
end,
you are
right?
not convincing me to drink this object. I am
No,
not
you need to
consuming
drink it.
anything.
Consume.
But it's the friendship pilk. You know, like you know those like mafia
Friendship
scenes in anime that's just like, brother, you have to drink this in order for us to become family.
Wait, are you trying to
It's
tell
like,
me
yeah,
that
okay.
that we will all become closer if I drink pilk?
Yeah,
I
it's gonna be like your
mean,
test of
it's worth-
courage.
I mean, it's worth a
It's
shot
like
at least, right?
From your tummy to ours.
Your tummy to ours. That's
Well,
so
okay.
bad.
Nate, have you tried this?
I have not.
Well, then how
Well,
is
he's
Nate gonna
gone.
get closer? Oh God, please! How is Nate gonna get closer
I'm
to
about
us?
to see him tomorrow. He's about to drink this.
No, please.
Nate, I'm sorry.
I fed you worse. It's okay.
Wait,
That's true.
what?
Wait, what? Wait, what is the worst thing that you fed?
No, we
Nate?
need to know.
Yeah.
What was the worst
The
thing I
worst
fed
thing you fed me.
What's the worst thing? I think like the first. So Nate never had like kimchi before, and I kept
You
talking
Oh.
fed
about
him
how good like
kimchi?
kimchi was.
No.
I just no, but like I kept telling him about how like really good and fermented food was. I just kept
Uh-huh.
shoving fermented food down Nate's throat, but it was like his first time experiencing it, and he's just like, "This is not yummy."
No, it was not good.
I had ramen
I'm s-
tasted ramen flavored kimchi. I had never had kimchi.
Oh, interesting.
Kimchi's so good.
I'm still getting used to it.
I'm still.
Wait, so is
feeding
this
him
like a
from.
thing that Macho is just secretly putting in all her dishes that way you can get used to it?
She literally named her dog after the food. It's not really a
Hey,
secret.
she's not named after the food. Her
What's
full
she
name
named
is
after?
Kimchi. Her full name is Kimchi Burger.
Wait, kimchi what?
Burger.
Kimchi Burger.
So you like burgers
Oh,
Yeah.
and you
Macho
like
loves
kimchi.
burgers.
Yeah.
So I think we know.
My dog's name is Kimchi Burger.
On God, as some might say, bless up to the kimchi burger.
Bless them.
Honestly.
Bless
Wait,
up.
wait. Hero, have you ever seen like 2018 kimchi?
Oh,
Oh,
it's a
wait.
sight to behold.
No. The crying
Yeah,
kimchi
dude.
photo is so good.
You gotta hit
No,
me with it. I've not.
You could pull this up on your stream, Hero. This is
I
like
will pull it up
my
on
favorite.
my
Yeah,
stream.
this is my
It's
favorite picture of my dog. I have two of them. One in which Kimchi was crying because she wanted to be carried, and I was just looking at her. And the other one is Kimchi's Christmas picture, which was like the entire thing is my brother and I just left for college, like for a couple years or so. And when we came back,
rotund.
Kimchi was like a fucking lard. Like she was huge. Okay, the top one is Kimchi crying. The second one is her Christmas picture. My mom sent me a picture while I was in college going like, we dressed her up. And I was like, why is her Kimchi
It's in a
Let me-
baby
let me-
outfit. What the
Let
heck?
me pull this up on
Kimchi
stream.
likes her onesies. She gets cold during winter.
She has
Oh,
fur.
So-
Thank you.
It's cold. She's
So-
in the north.
I would like everyone to look at Macho's dog here. This is
Man, I like the
rotund
bow. The bow's
kimchi.
cute, but I mean, like
Yeah.
the pants and
Her
sweater.
eyes were
That just
going-
seems
No,
crazy.
her eyes were going in two different directions. She was so
Uh-huh.
fat.
So
I
fat that
watched
she
her like yeah, I was trying to play with her when I went home so she can lose some pounds. She ran around the couch once and
She
then
was
had to
done.
lay down.
She was
Oh
done.
no.
She was done, man.
All right.
She's now redeemed though. She's no longer this chunky.
All
I
right,
remember we
and-
brought her to the vet and they were just like, "Oh God, your dog's a little fat." She was like
And,
30 pounds.
No,
Oh my
God.
And here's Kimchi crying, which is my favorite photo of Kimchi. Because it looks
She's
like an
so
old
cute.
man squinting.
The beard.
She wanted to be carried. And
I
it was Christmas. Look at her.
I
She
have
got little
no.
snowflakes.
I have no. The outfit.
It's so good.
It's it's cute, but I just I always get confused. I get like if it was like a hairless cat or like this dog's
Naked
got
mole
some,
rat.
come on.
No,
man.
she gets cold. She shiver.
Are you sure
needs
it's just not asking
Are
for
you sure it's
attention?
not just you?
Oh,
No,
snap
she
crackle.
shiver.
Oh?
It's like how she has to wear shoes.
Are you sure?
Are
it's just
you-
not
wait a second,
projecting
what
on
the
your dog?
Your dog wears shoes when they go
She
outside.
doesn't like grass.
Oh my god!
So,
I thought
she
that was a
wouldn't- she wouldn't
joke.
go no, she wouldn't go
No.
outside until like
Unfortunately,
we put
it's
shoes
not.
on her. So like now she can
Kimchi's
go on
definitely the
grass and
ultimate
she's
gamer.
happy. I think Kimchi's a
Absolutely.
reincarnated human.
Kimchi's gonna
She's
be on
taking
esports
advantage
teams.
for- wait.
Kimchi
I
will
like
be on 100 Thieves.
Kimchi's a gamer dog. Wait, hold on. I have
Gamer
a picture
dog.
of her when like whenever my brother and I play games, you can just hug her, and she just takes it. It's so cute.
Oh no.
Where is it? Wait,
Oh,
this
so
was
apparently you're
kimchi.
supposed to take eating kimchi like slow at first.
Yeah, just a little
Yeah,
slow. Well,
Macho doesn't know that.
Macho is
good
all
for you,
about all or
Nate.
nothing. That's what I'm learning about at this
Yeah.
moment in time.
Mhm.
It's good for you, Nate.
Is
Mhm.
it good for dogs? Does
Well, it's not
kimchi
good
eat
for
kimchi?
dogs. Kimchi can't have kimchi. I tried letting her sniff it, and she cried.
Oh no, I
I think your
can't.
dog just might be a little
My
bit
face
sensitive.
hurts so bad for the amount I've been smiling. I can't.
Wait, here's her. Here's her when you play games, though. This is a more
Oh
recent image.
god.
She brought her ball over.
Wait,
She's so cute.
hang on a second. Where in the hecky is Kimchi's clothes?
Oh, she's lewd in the summer.
God.
I hang it.
Did you get Kimchi's permission to show us these photos?
Kimchi doesn't mind. Kimchi likes them.
I'm
I think that's you projecting.
I
I think we need to clarify.
I
Get Kimchi on the
likes
phone.
pictures.
I just hang on a second. So you're trying to tell me in the winter Kimchi gets cold even though Kimchi has fur, and in the summer Kimchi is hot. So you don't
Yeah,
put
Kimchi's
clothes.
hot. Yeah, but she wears shoes because the floor is hot.
Or is lava?
Yeah, the floor is too warm when you walk her. She only wears shoes outside.
This
She
dog
got the
sounds
bare feet going
bougie.
on.
Yeah, it
This
does
dog
sound
is
kind of
bougie.
This dog does sound
Nate,
bougie. I'll be
remember-
on
wait.
God.
Wait. So like sometime in the middle of the summer, so Kimchi's a little old now, so she my dad pulled her leg a little too hard when he like went to go lift her up. And so Kimchi got like a mini little sprain. Um
No.
It took 3 days for us to get a vet appointment. And my family just cried over our dog.
For 3 days.
Because we didn't know what was wrong with her. She was just shaking. She was in so much pain. She wasn't eating. She
Should've put
wasn't
clothes on her.
sleeping. And she wasn't moving. So we were just like, Kimchi's sick. And then and then when we brought her to the vet, she was fucking fine. Just walking around and stuff. And the vet was just like, okay, imagine this. Your dog is like 13 years old. And we're like, yes. And they're like, your dog has never been sick. I've never met a dog who's actually never been actually sick, has never been injured or anything. Like never had a sprain, nothing. Like absolutely zero health issues other than the fact she was a little chunky for a little bit. But they were just like, your dog sprains herself for the first time and she does not know how to handle it.
Your
So
dog
Kimchi,
literally doesn't know what pain is.
yeah, Kimchi got a boo boo and she thought she was dying.
And you all thought she was
I
dying.
mean, that's true.
Yep.
Y'all gave in.
Yeah, I think
Kimchi's an
I walked
actress.
yeah, I walked in and also my family has walked in on like each of us like hugging her individually in our own bed.
Oh my god, it's
And-
like
and-
Kimchi's
and crying.
dying. What the?
And crying over
Oh no!
Oh, I can't
You
believe.
guys like were lining up to have a funeral procession.
I was so ready. And I'm so sad. But, yeah, she was okay. We went on a walkie the next week. She was fine.
Wow, the sprain didn't
can't
even last
believe
like a
it.
week.
No, it lasted exactly those 3 days. Because as soon as she went to the vet, she was running around. She was fine.
Bruh. Spoiled.
The silence is loud. Yeah, she doesn't even jump out of the car. She gets lifted up and she goes on vacation.
Wait, she doesn't even jump out of the car?
No, you carry her.
Wha-
Her
Okay.
little feet are gonna get hurt.
This dog is bougie. This
Bougie,
dog is
dude, you're just saying
spoiled.
bougie dog, bro. Bougie dog.
Yeah, I know. In my next
dog.
life,
Listen,
I wanna
on
know
God,
what
why
Kimchi
can't I
did
be
in her
treated like
past
this?
life.
Hello?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Please dress me up and carry me places.
Right. She even gets wagyu. Like it's insane.
I've never had wagyu before, and you're trying to tell me this doggo gets wagyu? I'm out.
Wagyu.
I'm out at the grocery store seeing the price of Wagyu, and I'm like, nah. Then we got Macho's
Wow.
family. Like, oh, it's worth it for our doggo.
Yes.
I
So
can't
we had
believe
Wagyu.
it.
Each kimchi had one too.
One of my
You
one
know,
of my
now that
chatters
this has been said, I'm literally next time I go grocery shopping, I'm treating myself. I can't. I
Oh.
can't. If
Go
this
get it.
dog is
let-
getting
You're-
Wagyu,
so
I
the
have to
fa-
try
yeah.
it once.
I can't be I can't be behind kimchi in this.
I can't be
can't.
outdone by this dog.
By this dog.
One of my
Yeah, my
one of my
parents always
chatters
give her
said,
like her own mini like steaks and stuff whenever we have steaks.
mini
My mom makes, like,
steaks?
yeah, my mom like makes her like little dog friendly burgers if we have burgers.
Whoa.
Yeah, hers has peanut butter.
That's how she got that big. We solved the case,
I
folks.
know, no, I always yell at them whenever they
That is
figure out
true.
their stuff.
Macho, do you give Nate Wagyu?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Are you?
True.
Wait a second. Are
Wait
you
a-
telling me that your doggo gets Wagyu, and then when Nate comes over, he doesn't even get to taste the Wagyu?
To be fair, I think Kimchi eats better than I do. She lives with my parents. She's their baby.
No.
Well, there you go, Rai. I
Yeah,
don't know what to
but,
tell you, man.
I am
Hey, you
Very-
get
I very-
sushi.
I very much understand my place, second place behind kimchi. It's all right.
Yeah.
On God. I mean,
I mean, you understand your place like second
Actually,
place
I
compared
feel
to
like-
your dog too.
Wait,
Your,
don't have a
your
dog.
previous dog. No, previous dog, Chloe.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
We
Everyone's
treat
second
our
place
cats
next
the
to their dog.
same. Cat, chickens, pork,
I mean,
hamburgers.
I don't have a pet, so I don't have anything to put first except for my wife. My kid. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
You're
You're
calling your
like,
kid your
man,
wife, your
I don't know.
My cat, my dog, my kid.
My
Your
baby.
baby.
You know, I have a couple
Hero
pets.
sat
They're,
here
they're
for a
my
moment.
wife, my
Yeah.
kid.
I sat here for a moment, think I didn't have anything special. And you're
I'm just waiting.
That's what I was just about to point
Anything
out. I was
special?
like, Sarah,
I'm
you
waiting for your
actually
wife to
sat
come
here for a
in.
second. Was like, wait, I got nothing, man.
I got-
I
It's just
only got
wait,
my
I have
wife,
a
like,
wife and
what
a
the heck, you-
child. I have a good
I-
life.
You know, my life is just devoid of anybody that can make me feel any type of joy.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not.
wait, I have a wife
Wait,
and
what
kid.
about Peanut?
Wait, no, I was talking about Hero.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
I mean, it's not
He's
like every time I walk in the room, my child smiles and then it makes me smile, and then it's nothing like that.
No,
Yeah,
no,
of
no.
course
Depression.
not.
It's not like you had the ability to blow a raspberry in your baby's tummy and cheeks.
That is
Yeah.
also true. I do that all the time on his belly, and it makes him laugh.
It's so cute.
Oh, wait. Do we want to talk about, like, right before stream when Mach was like, hey, let me hear your baby?
It's so cute. I like buying.
Oh,
things.
after stream, because I'm using my phone. I'll send you a picture of his Halloween costume.
Oh yeah.
That's got to be cute. But I also love how you brought him up to the mic. Now he's just like, oh, Mike, I touch Mike.
Well, now he's gonna be 6 months next. Oh, this
Oh, seeing
week.
his grabby face.
He's grabbing my face all the time.
Yeah.
He's-
grabby
he-
face.
My beard has never been pulled so much before in my life.
Oh, that's so cute.
He'll just bring me in and just like put his mouth on my face. Go, bro, please, it's gross, man.
It is gross. Go out
Bro.
personal space.
He's
Yeah,
drooling.
Oh my god, I love kids at that age. They're so funny. My cousin, when she was like 1.5 to 2 years old, like my aunt and her were like giggling, and my aunt was just like burping in her ear. Right? My cousin went to go burp in her mom's ear, and she puked.
Oh my
Uh,
god.
It's funny to watch because it's not my kid.
I
God, that's good.
It's so cute.
Artemis in my chat would like to tell you, since I think she has like a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, that it only gets worse.
Yeah, no, I love it. No, I love kids at those ages. They're so cute. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and
No,
Wait.
six. Seven
I
is when they become too aware.
they can become too self-aware.
Yeah,
They
you
start
can't
to
lie
talk
them
back.
anymore.
I'm gonna give my child a knuckle sandwich.
The tastiest knuckle sandwich.
Yeah, with a little bit of mold.
Oh, 2 and 5 next week. Oh, happy early birthday.
You gotta strengthen their immune system at this age, or else they're
Oh,
gonna become
right.
a bubble child. Hero, once in a while, you need to feed your kids some dirt. You gotta let them eat it. You gotta let them eat
This
the
is how
chip.
Macho was brought up, guys.
This is not how I was
definitely.
brought up.
Macho
Which is
like mixed with her
why-
baby food. It was a pinch of dirt.
It's just like, what are you adding to your kid's food? Is that salt? You're not supposed to give salt to the baby. It's like, it's all right. It's just a little sand.
It's all right. It's just something from Mother Earth.
You know, it's the spice of life. You know.
Yeah, no, because I didn't grow up eating anything dirty, but that might have been like its own problem, you know? Yeah, I just ended up like eating some toys here and there. So that was about it.
Hero can't believe this right now. Flabbergasted.
No, you guys were kids too. You guys definitely ate like like some toys before.
Well, I mean, yeah, my child's been eating his
Yeah.
toys.
Yeah, I don't know. They
I
made
eat
us
his
smaller.
toys.
What was the
Dang.
worst thing? You eat his toys?
Yeah, at the
The
show,
worst
you know, I
thing?
mean, like, this is a teether, you know.
I remember when I was
Oh,
a
it's
kid,
cute.
they like came out with like the movie of like what was it like 100 ways to eat a fried worm or whatever. Do you guys
Oh,
remember
did you
that?
eat one?
I
Yeah,
never
did you
ate
eat
one,
some?
but I thought it was so nasty.
Oh,
Some of my
I thought
friends
this was
did
going in
though.
another direction.
Oh,
I thought you were about to eat one.
No. I would never.
Yeah,
But I did eat
Right.
those like scorpions and like the popsicles or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Really?
like
Candies.
crickets,
I was
right?
afraid. I have not eaten bugs except for recently. These protein
Except for
bars.
recently.
Well, yeah, because these protein bars have been eaten have cricket powder, cricket protein. in
Okay.
it.
No, crickets
Oh,
are
really?
pretty good for you.
Yeah.
Crickets are good. They're high in
If you go to
protein.
gamersubs.com and use code HeroSenpai, you can save 10% off on these protein bars.
Oh my god,
How
wow.
much can they save off of the brand new
I'm
flavor
go do that
titty
right
milk?
now.
Yeah, go do it right now. That's tempting. I want to eat some crickets.
Oh yeah, and
too.
thanks to Hero, I was able to buy 100 servings of titty milk for free.
Yeah, free titty milk.
You think I'm joking? It's actually called titty milk.
Yeah, it's actually.
The
called
wild
titty-
part
it's like-
is
it's
it
like- it's
actually
gamer
tastes
food,
really
right?
good.
Yeah, it's supposed to taste really.
It's one of
good.
my favorite flavors now.
Oh,
Can't-
fuck,
I wanted to
this
hate it
tastes-
so bad.
Yeah, did you
Wait,
really?
wait, what does it taste like?
It's supposed to be like blueberry hintish, right?
How's it
It's
taste?
blue raspberry. It's supposed to taste like blue raspberry milk, but there's no milk added to it at all.
Oh,
Huh.
that's pretty great.
It is. That's
I like
why I
anything
was like,
that-
this is
that
great.
Makes it taste like milk, but isn't milk.
It tastes good. That's what scares me.
It tastes good.
Hey, what's your favorite drink right now, Hero?
Titty milk.
Well, my guacamole gamer fart 9000. That's an actual flavor.
another one.
That's strawberry kiwi.
Oh, nice.
It's not even
These names are
guacamole.
so
Wait.
good.
It's nothing
not
to do
even
with guac.
It has nothing to do with guacamole. These guys are wild. These guys are unhinged. I swear to Jesus.
What would you name yours if you could ever
It has-
partner with them and make
I
your own
think
flavor?
it has to be something slime, like maybe
Make it something-
slime jam or jam slime or something.
And just make it like banana flavored.
true. Ooh, or egg. Yep.
Egg?
Nope.
Wait, what was that?
Was that cocoa melon?
Was that? Are you
No,
watching
that was
Coco
my,
Melon right now?
That was my alarm.
It's time to go to bed.
No,
Nah,
I have to control
time
my
to-
birth.
You have to what?
Oh,
I
control
have to control
control the
my
birth.
birth.
You have to control your birth.
Birth control.
Oh. I don't know why my brain just processed that so incorrectly.
I mean, I guess that makes sense because Hero has a
Hero
kid.
just-
He's
yeah.
confused. He's like,
Listen,
why would you control that?
I will be honest with you. I think I've I've dated a few women who did the birth control.
Women.
Yeah.
It's
Abort.
good for the monthly full moon.
The woman's
Yeah.
curse.
The
womanly
the
curse.
red moon, as some might call it.
Oh no.
Shark Week.
The blood.
as
Oh,
it's
Shark
also
Week. Oh no.
referred to as.
oh, I'm sorry.
For some, Shark Week was only like once a year. For others, Shark Week is once a month.
Who
It's
who
Shark
has it
Week.
once a
Oh.
year? That's
Oh, television.
The Discovery
Television.
Channel.
What the
Hero, you're so cute.
I just can't. I hate.
You can't catch a break.
I can't. Your sister used to be on it because she would get worried. I don't know what words. Si- 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 si-
Women.
Sister. Hero.exe is.
I don't know how to say this word. I hate it.
Wait, just make the Microsoft like failing sound thing. Boom.
Bump. Her ovaries
Wait.
and they would burst. Oh,
Yeah.
my ovaries do not burst.
Yeah, I think I actually have like maybe like the funniest reason on why like my name is
404,
Macho
404.
is like my what is it? I have more testosterone.
Yeah, I know.
than
Like
men,
birth
so
control,
if I
they're
work out too much, like my muscles get really
like help
fat.
out
really
more
fat.
ways than just.
Yeah, that's one thing that I hate. Like, I wish I
No,
could
this is
lose weight
sorry.
before I built
Sorry.
muscle, but
No,
no.
it's not like your ovaries when it burst. I just can't say this word. That
Your
I-
ovaries are bursting.
no, no,
anyone else? Like, do we got any bursters in chat?
no,
Totally.
no, we
Anybody
don't.
feeling their baby fever right now?
No, no one's bursting in chat. This is, oh god. Please. I'm sorry, Nightcrawler. Please
Got
forgive
any
me. I
bulkers
don't
and
mean that her
bursters?
ovaries are
Cysts,
burst,
guys, it's
please.
cysts.
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
I'm sorry. I just can't read right. I'm sorry. I just am
I don't know what's better, this entire conversation or the fact that you're zoomed into Kimchi's face.
I know.
I was waiting for you to notice.
don't worry about it,
That's
Mukia.
why I
We're just
giggled for a
talking
long
about
time
birth
because
control right now.
I was in the process of zooming in.
I've been staring and I'm just like, that's my dog.
Oh my god, I'm tearing up. Oh.
She's so cute.
God.
You should see my cat.
Wait, you have a cat?
Yeah.
My
Oh,
roommate,
cheese.
my stepdaughter.
Your
Wait,
step
hang on, what time is it right now?
Step-
Oh
It is
no, I can't pee
midnight.
anymore.
It's Wednesday.
Not allowed.
You fool.
Good
I
thing
was,
that we got.
dude.
we got
Nate,
the
the
PL
wild
You
part
were
is,
gonna
I
give me-
literally was about to say I want to go pee because I like my bladder is killed, but nope, I gotta hold it now.
You
We'll
gotta
have to
hold
wait
it
until next week.
next
Gotta-
week for P Tuesday.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, that's why it's important you get it all out.
You were distracting me with with ovaries. I guess I'm so confused.
You can pee and talk at the same time.
You got too much on the floor again.
Yeah.
What was that noise?
I don't know. I'm lost. I got
He
lost.
has to go so badly he can't even think.
I can't. I got. Oh, this is a cut. This cut. Is this a fat cut?
No, she's just curvy.
Scurvy. Let's see what time I just got in getting over it.
I'm not actually watching. That was a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 minutes. 21 seconds.
She's so cute. Just zoom in. Just zoomed in.
That was
Her eyes are so
nice.
pretty.
So
Look at her
pretty.
cute little mouth.
This is a cut.
That's my
Bing.
stepdaughter.
Bong. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bing.
Oh, my 3-minute run actually got rejected because I think like
Really?
yeah, because
Why?
apparently like Twitch just didn't want to publish the video, even though like I could see it when I clicked the link. The moderator couldn't, so I just uploaded it to YouTube and resubmitted it. It's like, hey, maybe it'll work this time.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
So yeah, it wasn't anything wrong with the run. Hopefully,
Okay.
It's something wrong with Twitch.
hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitch fucked you
it,
up.
I mean, to be fair, who uploads videos to Twitch?
Nobody.
I just didn't you just do that?
Yeah, but like
Sorry,
I am a
can't-
no one.
I'm sorry. I see who uploads videos to Twitch. I'm like, you did.
You
And it didn't work.
You did. I don't upload videos to Twitch. That's crazy.
That's quite easy.
That's crazy. I'm just out here trying to be not.
Oh yeah,
upload
you can
videos to
actually
Twitch.
you can upload videos to Twitch.
Oh, you
if
can,
you want
but
to.
oh, you 110% can, but
It
who's gonna
doesn't work
watch it?
really. Yeah, nobody's going to watch it.
no one's gonna watch it because discoverability is on this platform.
But
Sharp
sometimes
bosses
I
are
watch my
watching.
friends' streams just so I can hear their voices.
What?
Don't
Like
you guys do
VODs,
that?
right?
You just like no.
No,
Wait,
I just
what?
asked you to repeat. I'm sorry, I didn't. Don't
Oh,
mean to
no.
insult.
It's like
No,
sometimes,
this is really cute.
sometimes you just like you watch like your friends' streams just so like the backplay in the videos. I watch them sometimes.
Well, I mean,
so
yeah,
can
I
hear
do
their
that to
voices.
everybody.
Yeah, you
I
just
mean,
watch
I like to
them.
lurk, and you know, I mean, like, especially like
No,
with-
not lurk, like rewatch.
No, watching the
Yeah.
VODs.
Oh
Yeah, watch the VOD.
no, I don't care about VODs.
I'm not gonna lie, I also do not care about VODs.
breathe. Like, if we'll just for an example, well, if we'll say if Macho is doing art on twitch.tv and I catch Macho live at that moment, I will leave Macho open unmuted while I'm in the middle of doing stuff because I like the vibe of art streams while I'm working on videos. But we'll say if Frost ended his stream and I was like, oh man, no one's live on Twitch. Looks like I'm gonna go to YouTube. Sorry, Frost.
Yeah, that's
I'm
fair.
not watching your
No,
VOD.
it's all right.
Just like how you don't watch me because you watch Ludwig. I'll tell you what, I hit the Luddy harder than he does.
Oh, video proof.
You're not gonna watch it, so what's the point?
I'll watch it. No. It's Ludwig adjacent, so it's worth.
He said he only watches Ludwig, and it's literally just like Nate's here too.
I was resigned to my fate a long time ago. Don't even worry about me.
No,
It's alright, Nate. Every time I see you live, I do throw up a lurk. You know, and I do the same for
Oh.
Frost,
I
but
know,
now
I
I might have to
see you.
rethink my options.
There have been many a time.
Every single time Frost is live, just watch a Ludwig.
Poggers!
Yes, because that's perfect. I love it. That's great.
Ooh, this could be a good run, I think.
It looks like a good run. I'm watching it too.
Is your
I
cat
don't know how he
bougie
gets
too?
it, like-
Like, come on,
just-
man! You
it's just
cannot
pretty.
tell me that your cat has its own blanket. I'm not a Pokemon.
She likes it.
Okay, you cannot tell me that you and your roommate do not spoil Chise.
She doesn't get that spoiled.
That really?
baby.
Are you saying "oh yeah, baby" to the bougie cat? What the hell? What is? Loki has his own pillow. Oh my god, you guys are
Is
crazy. I mean, I get like cat beds or something like that, but
shoot.
like, come on,
Rip.
man. Next, you're gonna tell me this cat eats Wagyu too.
No, but Nate loves Chise. Chise showed him.
What
how
is-
to be.
I just.
All right,
what do you
I
feed
like
this cat? I'm just curious.
Nate about to say love is a strong word. Okay.
I like
Well,
Chise,
love-
but I just like how Macho's trying to now use me as like validation for this cat when ever since
You
the last time.
assaulted her with a pillow.
All right, see, here we go again. Since the last time I went over to her place, apparently it's been my fault that Chise won't go into her room anymore.
She won't. You dropped the pillow on her.
I did not drop a pillow on her. It didn't hit her. It landed near her. I didn't try to hit her. The pillow fell off the bed. She happened to be there.
But now my room's a danger zone for my cat, so she won't come in. She came in today though, but she was like doing the deep crawl.
Had,
She
had to
said
watch
it's a
out for-
war zone. Yeah. Have to make sure it's safe.
Gotta watch out for the mortars in the sky, you know?
She is really cute though.
Yo, what's up,
She is
like-
very
Deadpool?
cute.
Warzone tomorrow?
She's like
Wait,
she was a kitten.
isn't tomorrow? Wait, what's the date
my
today?
roommate
Today
initially
it should be
got her,
today.
and she was raised
Today's the
by,
20.
like, one
Today's the
older
16th.
cat
Wait,
and
is it
one
like?
very old dog lad?
Wait, is it
So she's
like
a-
later
she's a
on
cat
during
that
the
likes
day or
bunny
something?
rubs.
Oh, that's nice.
It's
I'll
cute,
preload
yeah.
Warzone before I go to
Yeah.
bed tonight.
So you can put your face in her tummy and she doesn't do anything.
Does
Well,
she have
that's
like
sick.
the angst of like another cat, or is it just like straight up like dog cat?
Have you guys ever
Cat
like
dog.
rubbed the
She's-
kitty
she's a
booty?
dog cat. Yeah. You could,
My
like,
my grandma
nice
was
that.
allergic to cats, so never been really around them.
They're very
Wow.
soft. I learned.
You did not lie. Loki does have her own
She
pillow.
has her own
And why does the elephant have a
on his
crown?
pillow.
A
He
what?
is
Have a
so
what?
Fluffy.
It's very fluffy.
But
Dang it.
this face. I can't zoom in anymore. Sad face.
Wait, what the fuck? I just remembered Nate's complaining about not having like Wagyu, but we had beef tartare last time you were here.
We did. It was delightful.
How dare you?
I think it
Aw,
was
look at that. See,
Hero
I-
complaining on.
yeah, I was
Nate's
about to say. I
behalf.
think it's more or
Yeah.
less it was me. I don't want. I'm not trying to throw Nate under the bus, but I think it was me.
No,
I mean,
it's
on
all
God though. I
Nate.
mean, Macho, if you want to make me Wagyu, I mean, I'll accept. You know, you could put it in a doggy bowl. I mean, I'll still eat it as a human.
A human.
I'll still eat it as a human if you know what I'm saying.
I love that face.
Fork and knife. I don't know. I guess it just depends. If it's Wagyu, I mean, I'll eat it. No hands. You know.
No hands. Look, ma, no hands.
Look, ma, no hands. I mean, a Wagyu.
I'm not gonna taint it with like a fork and a knife.
I ain't
Just
taking that.
barehanded, baby.
Barehanded, fresh,
Yeah.
new doggo bowl.
So what's the difference between Wagyu and like other steaks that like aren't expensive?
Wagyu
A
is
few
like,
things,
it's-
but yeah.
Yeah, it's like the highest tier because it goes down to what even like the cows eat, how they're bred, and then it affects like the fat strips that happen on it. So there's like 4 principal Japanese breeds of beef cattle, and
How dare you
it's,
not say
like,
good morning to the Lord
the
Loki?
crossbreeding for them like goes in the early 20th century of native Japanese
Mm,
cattle.
Sounds like a
So
Ponzi
it's
scheme.
just like it's like a very it's very high class. Like if you look at the steak itself, like you know how like I guess like meat has like the strips of fat and stuff. The steak itself is almost like a light pink from how well spread out like the fat is through it.
Yeah,
Mm.
it has
It
like
was-
more
Yeah.
like fatty acids and non-saturated fats than
Yeah.
most other beefs.
It's
So when
17.
It's
you
like-
eat it,
Has that like marbled like look to it because of that?
Marbled.
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
literally at Walmart and it was $17 just for one. I was like, bro, I can't
Yeah.
do this with my life.
And it also depends on like what grade you end up getting. Like A5 is the highest, but it also has like the highest fat
Wait,
content, so I'm
A5
not
was there
really, like, an
A1?
A5 girl.
A1 steak
Yeah,
sauce?
there's
What?
A1 sauce.
What? Can you hit me with this knowledge?
Oh yeah. Good night, Mont.
Good night, Mon.
Good night, Mom.
Good night, Mott.
Okay,
Yeah, there's.
I really need to
I'll
like
send you the
get on my
chart.
Semi
homework.
Wagyu. Please
Yeah,
say
I was
it.
about to say like it's like what 11 for you, and homework's usually due at like
I have
9.
homework due in 45 minutes and then I need to pack.
Shiver me timbers.
Sorry, Nate. Hold on, let me
Don't worry, Nate.
add the
Whenever we
colors.
see each other, we'll get some good old steak.
Yeah, can we? That'd
Yeah,
be
we'll do that.
delightful.
I
I want in on the steak.
so
No,
I don't know.
you
Your
guys
dog
know-
eats better steak than any of
Why don't
us.
you just go get some and feed it to Kimchi? We'll go
Dude,
eat
my
our own.
parents are My parents are too busy giving it to kimchi.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. We'll
So-
let you along the boys train here.
Hell yeah.
Wait.
One of the
Stick
boys.
with the
Oh.
boys.
You'll be
So
one
you
of the
guys
boys.
know how I only have the best food takes, right?
I don't know. So far, Mott told me you have the worst. That's what Mott said in my
no,
chat.
no, it's literally the best. Nobody can even compare.
Okay, what's the take?
The only
Let's hear it.
the only steak that I've ever had was well done.
Who are you? Listen, I will say though, I have only when I was a child, a teenager, as some might say, I've only had well done steak. But then once I'm a man and I knew how to cook my own, and I had the medium and medium rare. Whew, chef's kiss.
Medium rare, baby.
I
So
was
good.
scared, and so I
You're
ordered
scared?
well done, and it was very very chewy. It felt like I was chewing on rubber.
Yeah,
That makes
that's what
sense
happens.
though. That makes sense if you didn't really know. Like when I was younger, I always ate well done steaks because I didn't know either. So
Your
it's just like,
whole what do you mean my whole life, Mott?
Frost, it's okay. You know, just next time you go out to eat,
You
just
brought
are like
Bob back.
beefy.
Mott, listen, Frost. Just next
The
time you
baby
go out to
butts.
eat, just ask for it medium rare, and then you'll be like, oh wow, this is so it melts in your mouth.
Like
Or even
I would
just
get
medium.
though.
Yeah, first off, I'd try
Frost
medium.
wants, yeah. Just get a medium steak, and then you can work your way down if you want.
I don't know about rare though.
So.
Yeah.
That's a little.
I think I'd only eat rare if it was a really, really, really good steak and if it was aged.
Wait,
you can age your steak.
all right, now that Macho, you sound crazy now. What do you mean age your steak? Like
Like,
literally, as soon as it goes by its
Okay.
sell by date, I throw it out.
Is it like an old?
You cannot tell me. Are you
No,
telling me
not-
you eat
not like
steak
that.
past the
You
sell
can't
by
age-
date?
You can't age your steak at home unless you have like your own little specific dry room, which I guess like some people have converted their bathrooms or extra basement rooms. And
What's up,
whatnot
Celine? How you doing?
into a dry
Stream is
room,
going
and that's
good.
gonna
We just got done with
very
Overcooked,
clean
and we're
and
just
has to,
kind of
like,
just
clean
talking.
from basically your ceiling and whatnot. But
Oh.
like like restaurants and stuff, especially like the fancier ones, they kind of have
Thanks for
like,
shouting out,
their own-
Kuro.
or
Hopefully
specific
you've been good,
steak
dude.
places, because I've seen some steak places have it because you can age it from like 3 months, 6
I gotta
months,
message you back though, Celine.
had
Like
one
we
that
could
was
definitely do some
aged, I
spooky
think,
games sometime.
5 or 8. It kind of condenses the flavor, so the fat
I definitely
in
want to do
just
it.
becomes like a lot more decadent, and it becomes like this nice, tastier, beefy flavor.
How
of a
does fat
steak.
become decadent? Decadent's supposed to be like fancy, right?
Just
Yeah.
How
because,
does
like,
something
the
taste
fat,
fancy? Do you just put like gold on it?
I mean, Mr.
No,
Beast
because
ate
gold
gold
taste
steak.
is like nothing. Anything with gold is.
See, I'm a Mr. Beast
It's
guy. I
just,
don't
like,
watch
there
anyone
for
else
your
but
money.
Mr. Beast.
I'm
I'm sorry. I'm not. I'm not salty. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can't believe
But,
this.
Yeah, but basically, when you dry age the steak, like the meat and the fat are able to like render out and just get like very beefy. It's good.
Don't you want to eat the fat in steak?
I mean,
No,
fat's
you do. That's
bad.
why it's like the
Wait.
process in which large cuts of beef are aged for anywhere from several weeks to several months before being trimmed and cut into steaks. It helps the steak develop in flavor, and it makes it a lot more tender than it would have been completely fresh.
Steak fat does taste good, but I don't know if it's
Yeah.
good
No, but
for
like
you.
you basically like render it, and it's really nice.
Wait,
Steaks in
like a
general,
video,
really
like a
video
rendering
rendering?
video. Oh, Jesus, Frost knew where I was going.
Yeah.
No, but you don't trim the fat or anything when you dry age it. It's just like the fat just gets like, I guess it looks like it gets a little tighter. But then when you cook it, it's like it fucking melts. And it's delicious.
So,
But
Artemis,
steaks in general, when you like cook them, you have to like pat them in butter. Like any steak in general is really not good for you. It's all good.
you mean old Bessie doesn't want to be in my stomach?
What?
Oh, Bessie definitely wants to be in your stomach, but maybe like 6 months later.
What? Huh?
Well, like
Who's Bessie?
I-
What?
Bessie
would-
already has like 4 like stomach chambers. She could like at least stay in mine.
You name your steak Bessie?
I mean, cows are probably named Bessie.
I need my cow's Clarabelle cow.
I mean, Clay
Clarabelle's a
ain't
good
that
name.
far.
I like me some Clarabelle.
What about some Cletus?
I no. No.
You ain't gonna name
No.
name your cow Cletus?
This sounds weird. No. I'm pure.
Are you pure? You're just like
Are-
walking, talking
are
jelly
you?
man.
I am. Listen. If only this model was see through, you could see how this is the look that I'm making this cat is.
That's true. We don't know what you're filled with. Why are you so viscous?
Hold on.
Wait.
Question.
So what?
Viscous.
What is? Hang on a second. What does that mean?
It's like it's how fast or slow
Viscous?
water
Biscuits?
liquids move. So viscous
Biscuits.
is like
Thick.
if it's
Listen, yo, I was in business management.
Water?
I did
Mars
not take
is
anything
so
fancy
thick.
when I was in college. Okay.
Like,
Now
I
you're-
literally know how to make business go. I
Yeah.
don't know anything else.
It's all
Yeah,
right.
basically,
You know,
it's asking why you so thick, hero. What are you filled with?
so gelatinous.
I feel like if we shake you, you're gonna look like those little like squeegee things that they give you as a kid. They're like these
Hero
little jelly
is
roll
thick
things.
water.
They kind
Hero
of look
is
like
thick water.
yeah, thick water.
Thick
Yeah.
water.
here, if you want just a quick and easy way to remember it, honey is viscous. Syrup is viscous.
yeah.
Oh,
Molasses.
Oh,
that's
no,
also
that's a
sticky
really
though.
good one. Yeah, that's a really good.
I'm not
Yeah,
sticky.
no, viscous is also sticky.
Oh,
Why do you have
Well,
flowers on you?
not necessarily. Like something that's viscous isn't necessarily automatically sticky.
Like
No, but
like
but
mudslides.
hero has flowers. Why do you have flowers on
Yeah.
you if you're
They're-
not sticky?
well, they're sakura flowers. They're cherry
They're
blossoms.
inside.
They're inside
Okay,
me.
so question.
Oh.
You
So are the flowers
you
the
may or may not
organs?
be pure, but are you homogenous?
I'm not a homunculus.
Not a homunculus, homogenous. It means
Fear
that
of
you're made
Bradley?
up of Fear Bradley,
What?
Wrath. I've actually been rewatching Full Metal.
I don't know
recently.
what that word is. What does that word mean?
Like
Why are you throwing
consisting
big
of all the
words at me?
same-
I'm small slime, easy brain, smooth brain, please.
Homogeneous means made of all the same I guess substance.
You know what?
So-
That is very very bold for you to think that I'm one substance.
So like
That
soup would not be
that is
homogeneous,
very
but Coca-Cola would be.
subsidous. Okay.
Subsidence.
Yes. That's almost the same as the other word, but this is for substance.
Subsidus. See, that's that. See, we changed
Sustenance?
words.
Are you
'cause
my
I
sustenance?
don't
Can I
really
eat
know
you?
subsidus.
Are we back
Sustenance.
here
I know
now?
sustenance.
We're
Let us
back here now.
partake in pieces of hero.
I'm gonna put this image on the screen. Someone posted on Twitter like that I recently followed was like, post your PNG and I'll draw you, and I was I was like, okay, I want to see this, and they drew me in a cup. So I mean, when you say that, it's pretty accurate. I think it's like I'm travel size apparently.
Oh my! I love this image.
That's actually great. Hold on, let me
Oh,
pull that up on
love
stream.
it. You are so cute.
A kappa senpai.
Do you guys like a
Wait.
coupo senpai?
Wait, hold on. Where is it?
Cup
I
of
only
senpai a
see
day keeps
Tuesday
the
and meat.
doctor away.
Oh, do you, all right. Hang on a second. I'll put it in the chatty chat.
Were you showing it like?
Oh no. Hang on, I got it. Don't worry about it.
Oh, you were showing it on your.
No.
stream.
I already posted. It's,
Oh, hold on. Let me show my stream so they can see it.
wait a second. Why does this wagyu look like a brain?
brains of the
I was
operation.
not looking at the Discord this entire
at
time,
the
and I just see
look here.
brain wagyu.
This not a brain. It's daddy.
Well,
Yeah,
I think we've
Did you
supposedly.
say
actually
it's
been
daddy?
going for a little
No.
while.
I'm just repeating what I'm hearing. I'm sorry.
We've been going for a little
Actually,
while. So
It's a very beefy beef.
do you guys want to raid out into someone? I know Nate needs to get his homework done these next 30 minutes.
I'm doing it
Oh,
right
yes,
now.
please.
I've literally been doing it as we're talking.
Oh, nice.
I'm
Productive.
sorry, Nate. Okay, yeah. Wait, but we'll go. What is it? I don't know. Who do you guys want to raid? Who's your friend? Who's your mutual friend? Who's your new friend?
I could check see if there's anybody online that might want to raid.
Ludwig's
maybe-
not live.
maybe
I can't
one
rate
day.
him.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. We can't do.
Ludwig streams on
Mr.
YouTube.
Beast is
You're
also
Oh,
not allowed to
sorry.
raid anybody
I mean,
then. Fuck.
I just want to end stream.
Yeah, there's no real point in being live.
Yeah, if it's not streaming with Ludwig, then
Then what's the point?
oh, Katie's live.
It's not Ludwig.
Wow.
Listen, I'm stating how I see it. I'm just repeating the words that you say.
How
Yep.
many times have I come in and said hi here? I went into your Twitter DMs when you said it was only bots.
Very
and
true.
I said
Please
hello.
notice me, senpai.
All right, I gave you
Please
a good,
notice me,
polite
senpai.
message.
Yeah, but that's because Ludwig wouldn't answer you. I will. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Damn.
You're just
This is more
off-man
attainable.
Ludwig.
I'm sorry.
Senpai.
You're the more reachable, attainable Ludwig.
Notice me, senpai. Notice me.
I want to hit the Luddy.
I'm just imagining Hero just bawling while hitting the Luddy.
Listen, I will do a video and maybe I'll do it as a bit redeem. Who knows? I gotta get paid for this content.
Honestly, the Luddy's
Hey.
not a bad dance.
Like they say, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Amen.
Exactly.
True.
That's why I changed to the new ad
Senpai.
schedule. I just wanted to see what it's like. These new
Yeah.
ads. Have you switched to like the what is it like?
I get
3 minutes of ads for every hour, or whatever.
I've been there, done that, you know. I'm 3 minutes every hour, but oh God, please. Sorry, I was really loud.
No, you're good.
I do 3 minutes every hour, but also, I mean, honestly, at the same time, when I go pee, it takes me about 3 minutes. But I mean, by the time I get back, you know, you pee, you wash your hands, you take a seat. You know, there's about like 30 seconds left of ads.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just do it. It is what it is.
That's a good reminder though for peeing.
Oh, 110%
Or just, like,
it is.
Or just grabbing like water.
You
or
you
something, so
shouldn't.
It's not bad.
You should be like not. I don't want to say not sitting, you know, for that long, but you know, I don't know.
If you
good to
are
take
sitting for that
breaks.
long, you need to get like an office chair because those are made for like you to sit for like a long time and be productive. Gaming chairs are really just a scam to look cool. If you
gotta
want
get that ergo.
ergo.
Yeah,
Ergot?
the ergonomic chairs.
Yeah.
Ergonomic chairs.
But you cool with rating KV?
I don't know
Or
who's
are you rating out Hero? I shouldn't force the end of stream on you. If you
I
want to
mean,
keep going.
I'm probably. I mean, I don't normally stream on Tuesday. I do stream on Tuesdays prior to Child, but I mean, I guess
Free child.
I should probably, you know, play some God of War or something.
Hero
Oh,
free!
I wanna play
Free
the
to
new
play
one.
God of War. You
Oh,
you
is
watch
it
and
the
play
new
it.
one?
No, it's the old. I haven't played the old one, so I'm playing through it so that way I can play the new one.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh,
I was
tried
able to get my
War
hands on a
one.
PS5, and I was like, okay, I gotta play it.
Oh, nice. See, I
Nice.
tried
Oh,
playing the old
congrats.
one. I just couldn't vibe with the story. It's really slow and like difficult for me to get into.
Can you
There wasn't really
send me a
anything
link to
hooking.
Katie? I have no idea who this person is.
Katie, she was
What are you talking
using
about? Katie who?
played KV.
Katie?
It's me, Katie. No, KV.
Who?
KV?
She was there playing the crab games with us.
KV?
Yes.
Just still send the link. I don't think I'm following him. I'll be honest with you. It's so bad. I think it's bad.
Oh,
Don't say that.
No. It's not bad. It's not bad. Crab game is a lot of people.
I'm gonna
And
follow. I'm
Ross
gonna
is
follow
very good
off
with
stream.
names.
Okay. I'll post it in
Yo, that's a fucking mood. Oh my
Dude,
god.
on God, it's so embarrassing. I think because I'm looking through my followers. I don't see her on here.
there.
They're not
There
there.
she is. I posted in streamers.
No. Wait, am I following them? This is not. This is ads.
This
This is ads.
Oh
This
shoot!
is
I'm not following them.
ads.
Oh dear God, this is embarrassing. I mean, yeah, I can read out to them. It's yeah.
New pal, new pal.
I've talked with them like a lot. That's the wild part. I thought I was following them already. I'm really confused. You're about to out me, Frost. What the heck,
It's
you?
okay. No, it's okay. It's okay,
It's all
hero.
right,
It's
it's all
it's a
right.
late day. Yeah,
It is a
right,
late
right.
day.
It's a late day. We just finished Overcooked.
I mean,
Nate
it's
and I have
Wednesday. You
survived
can't
through
even pee
disconnects.
anymore. You can't even
Yeah, you
pee
can't even pee
anymore.
anymore. Your head is already filled with pee.
True.
You gotta hold it.
You're not
until it's
wrong.
Tuesday.
But yeah, I'm just rolling credits now.
Wait, you have credits?
Yeah, I have credits.
Yeah,
The heck you
credits.
what? Who made the stream?
The stream? I mean,
Yeah, who made it?
Oh, this is from Streamlabs. I just it's like this is one of their presets and it looked pretty.
No, but you mean
pretty nice.
whenever you roll a credit in a movie, it shows like who made everything, like who.
Yeah,
Oh,
yes,
so
yes,
this is
yes,
for
all
like the
artists and stuff.
moderators
It's
and
cute.
followers and anybody
Yeah.
who subs because they're the ones that really make the stream and my job and make me happy.
Well, now you make me feel like an ass because I literally just have an ending screen.
It's all right. It's
You know,
all right.
guys, honestly, I appreciate your subs, but I'm just not gonna show your name at the end of my stream. It's just too much of.
It only
oh,
works
God.
when you
sorry.
have like one or two. Anyway,
Oh God, I'm sorry.
JP
Listen,
now.
guys, I think. Oh God, oh Jesus.
Wait, hold on.
I really do
did
appreciate it,
I
guys. Thanks
copied
for
the wrong
subbing me. I'm
one?
just joking.
Well,
I'm literally
I'm
just
here.
joking. Please, I'm just joking. I love you all. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you for all the follows. People followed off stream.
I copied
Exclamation
the one
point
that's
collab.
not my sub raid message.
Oh no.
Oh, exclamation point collab. Follow Nate, follow Macho, follow Frost. They're all amazing people and they had so much fun.
Hero, did you misspell?
Wait, what?
Oh, did it? I saw like the collab with 1L.
You're not supposed to see that.